don't even get a fucking second to breathe. I come to stream and I immediately have to do a hydrate. You bitch. I was doing things. Also, I changed a couple things about stream, specifically like camera setup and background. Probably not noticeable to, I don't know. Oh, you fucker. Come on. What? Good. Probably not noticeable on this screen too much, but maybe over here a little bit more. You can just see it's a different camera angle. You can't see yet the other lighting I added yet to the background. I added some green standing lights. Also, I put a bunch of my stuffed animals on the shelf behind me because it was a little sparse. I got it. Because it has a bunch of stuffed animals on, or had a bunch of plants on it, but I'm bad at keeping plants alive. So, stuffed animals. This game doesn't give me a cool cursor. And I think I played it with controller packs. So we're going to assume that's how they want it to be played. If this... Oh. If this will connect without issue today. Doesn't look like it. I should have thought of this before stream. I didn't. I haven't hydrated either. Hold on. I'll do that. Okay, now it's connected. It just decided it didn't want to. Okay, hang on. Oh my gosh. And now I can't hear anything. What? The fuck? I'm having...
I think she did. Mom needs your Twitch text.
Okay. And now it's not connecting.
Listen, I play alone.
Please. Oh my god.
Get fucked.
See, this is what happens when you redeem a hydrate immediately at the start of stream. Shit breaks! No. I can't fully blame that. I'm waiting. I just have to reconnect my whole fucking headset. Hold on. It's gonna break my mic. It's gonna be like, excuse me, did you want to use your new mic that you just connected through Bluetooth, which sounds pretty bad? And I'm gonna say, no, I don't actually want to use that mic. That's crazy.
That's funny.
Speaking of mics, hold on. Okay, that one's still using the right one.
I like
Oh
that one.
my god.
I like High School Reunion one. I need more tools.
Please. Just connect to my headphones like normal.
That was a late laugh.
I might just be playing with speaker sound, which would suck.
Roll, get
Please.
Get in your holes.
This is not an interesting stream. Whatever. I don't think they're gonna work. For some reason, they've decided to break. Maybe because the Xbox controller is connected?
Read, it's lit.
Come on.
You know what they do in this movie, Mike? Whoa. Nah.
And now it's working for me again.
Get a good guess,
Okay. So no controller. That's what I'm learning.
No.
We'll just have to deal with the. I can actually, you know what? I hate game cursors if they're not like specific. So I won't capture cursor. I'll have to remember
Open your
to
mouth, close your eyes,
do
and
that
find
again
out.
when I'm playing any other game. But for this, it's fine.
Damn.
Also, this game is really cool because in here it gives you all the content warnings and it tells you when to expect them or you know just what you should expect. But also there is definitely some shit. I even in the demo they like definitely went into some of it. You wake to chaos, a confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire! Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here or what on Vertumna is happening, which is the planet we're on because we are on an exocolony, not Earth. There's something important you need to remember. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ears. What's going on? You try to speak, but the words come out jumbled. Your throat seizes around a lung full of choking smoke, and you feel dizzy and confused. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She drags your arm over... She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight. Dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Also, the art in this game is so pretty. Glowing eyes! You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog, like from Earth? The creature howls and lunges, its jaws open, and I'm dead. Roll credits. What a good way to get you fucking hooked as quickly as possible on a game. They're like, don't you want to find out how that happens? And of course the answer was yes, I want to find out how that happens. You were born on the Stratospheric, Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the Sol system. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens, which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like the other colonists, they bravely chose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertumna 4, right? That's 4 in Roman numerals. In the hope they could escape Earth's troubles. They had you the old-fashioned way, merging their genes like they had merged their cultures and traditions. They named you... Solana, or Solane? I'm gonna do Solane. This is another cool part of the game. You can fully change, like, everything in the game if you do they, them, and can customize every single one that comes up. So this is what happens when it's, you click on any of these. It tells you what the set is for they, them, she, her, and he, him. I think you can actually completely customize which pronoun uses as well. So it's cool. There's a lot of parts of this game that are just cool. You can also choose to have pronouns one way, but appearance a different way. We're doing feminine appearance with she, her, because that's just how I am. But the character does look, I think, slightly different, and let me just look at the hair. You know, it's a cute little kid. You have vivid dreams of things you've never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles, and strange animals. You wonder if this is what Vertumna will be like. Every child on the Stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you see the first signs of yours. Eagle eyes, extra fingers, absorbent brain, super strength, calm temperament, or nothing at all. In the demo, I chose calm temperament, so I'm going to go with that. So now I get -1 stress. Nothing can faze you. You're rarely frustrated and you don't let anxiety get the better of you. You brush insults aside, always play nice, and never have to be told that sharing is caring. You're especially nice to your friend. I think I chose Mars. Just based on the name. Like, come on, we're in the galaxy. That's a fun name. Although Anemone is cool too. So I'm gonna show you all of them. The most enthusiastic. Wait, that's not right. Cal! Sweetheart, always ready to lend a hand or play a game. Mars, natural leader. She comes up with all the ideas. She can be a little bossy, but that's part of her charm.
This is awesome.
Tangent sits right up front by the holo projector and always has her hand in the air.
Does Deer appear in front of you guys?
She and her twin brother Dis drifted apart when the genome treatment to make her body conform to her. When she started genome treatment to make her body conform to her gender.
Oh, drink it.
Today, Tangent's the girl you always knew she was, but her relationship with Dis is worse than ever. So, and then this one is. Oh, wait, I might actually pick this one. I don't think we get to see him. Unless that's supposed to be Tangent, but I don't think it is. Tammy, look at how cute this freaking character is! Let's go, Tammy. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Hal says it's like a doorway to other star systems, with the planet Vertumna 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble, then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods just in case. The emergency area is crowded with families. It's gonna be fine, Soleil, your dad soothes. We'll be through the wormhole and down on the planet before you know it, just like we've practiced. Your mom gives him a sharp, worried look. Red emergency lights switch on as sirens begin to sound somewhere distant in the ship. You try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but you're very scared. You look out a porthole. The stars are gone. When you're frightened, you get in touch with your emotions. You bawl like a baby. It feels good. You aren't the only one. Nearby, your classmate Tammy and best friend, love you, Tammy, has tears streaming down her cheeks. Mars is trying quietly to console her. She sighs as you're crying, makes Tammy wail even louder. Your dad puts his arms around you as you let it out. You wait. The shaking builds. Then everything starts to get very weird. The hallway stretches, and you're stretching too. Your arms impossibly long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon, and it's contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant, ominous squeal of metal giving way as the ship shudders and lurches in slow motion. The weirdest part is a sense of deja vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know somehow that everything is going to be okay. The shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch and feel weightlessness for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against the wall head first. You black out. As you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow. Lots of them. Different tomorrows. You find yourself in a place you know from your dreams. Tilled fields, dramatic ridges, and a stranger. But also not a stranger. Grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you can feel the ship's shaking has stopped, and you hear your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the medbay. The medbed under you plays a soft tone and an automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright. You try to focus on the window. Something is definitely different. Sunlight? Trees? Ground? Sunlight? Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from the twin blue and yellow suns. Oh, we have 2 suns! Blue and yellow, just like my hair. Is streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields, glass-walled domes, and walls ringed by giant mushroom-like trees. There are construction materials everywhere, and people are walking around outside on the ground. Crazy. We had a good stress cry. We had a calm temperament. We have Tammy's care. Let's go. Oh, look at the freaking... This one specifically has artist credit. Or do they all? Yeah, they all do. These are definitely two separate artists because they colored her hair and skin differently. But I can't see who the artist on this one is, I don't think. Or maybe they're not. It looks like it might be credited to the same person. Yeah, it is. Huh. Wildly different. Rush outside to start your new life. We've got a lot of empathy, a little creativity, no reasoning, no organizing, no engineering, no biology. Oh, Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship's quarter behind her. You're awake. Are you all better? You better go see your dad. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. To walk with the ground, click on characters to talk to them. Tammy looks concerned. You slept for so long after you bumped your head, she says. I bet your parents were worried. Your dad is working over in geoponics near those domes. They're called greenhouses. I would go with you, but, well, this is as far as I've been from the ship since we've landed, Tammy stammers, blushing. It's scary outside. You're right. Look at my cute little character. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the teaching labs and medbay. You know the route to your classrooms well, but the rest of the wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby hollow screen. Don't forget to study hard, Lane. Ugh. Someone decorated Congruence. Let's go. Oh, what? Did someone put cameras? Is this a webcam so the Congruence can see? Why did someone put cat ears on it? That is so cute. Oh! A small team led by a security chief Rhett was enough to keep the peace on the stratospheric. To stay busy, they also ran the exercise gym and sports ball courts. Here on the Vertumna, the garrison has expanded fast. They're building a huge wall around the colony, and have an outdoor firing range and big cover dojo. And the best of all, a regulation-sized sports ball court. What sport? You tell me. Sports ball. I don't want to talk to my dad yet. He's stinky. He's gonna move the story forward. I want to explore everything. Command is a warren of long hallways with doors off to tiny nondescript offices. Everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off to do something important. The end of one hallway opens into the supply depot, which works both as requisitions office and the general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth now being gradually unpacked and distributed. View the notice board. Colony food shortfall minus 100% low. Colony security rating evaluating. Upcoming event, we will be hosting our first annual Vertumnalia Festival during the second month of dust. Chief Administrator, Seek. Notice. Take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. Chief Surveyor Tonin. Current Council and Administration. Governor Udicott, Command. Chief Administrator Seek, Command. Security Chief Rhett, Garrison. Chief Engineering Instance Engineering. Chief Cultivator Flulu, Geoponics. That's probably my mom or dad. Chief Steward Antecedent Quarters. Chief Surveyor Melatonin Expeditions.
You should do it too.
Are these all something and I don't get it? Because melatonin is literally just like the sleep thing. Cool. There's little hexes on the ground. Also, I was using the arrow keys to walk around. It's actually quite fun to use the mouse. It responds really well. Okay, I guess I'll go talk to my stinky dad. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go look in here first. The greenhouses have different biomes inside, growing plants from Earth that may belong in a desert, jungle, or a temperate forest. Some are so delicate you have to spray off any germs in an airlock before you can enter. The seasonal garden outside is dotted with blue nobodies, little flowers with what looks like wriggling creatures stuck inside each one. A sign explains it's a decoy meant to attract some kind of flying predator to come pollinate the flower. So Lane, your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mom and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried about you, but he covers it with jokes and smiles. Aw, you love your dad. Welcome to Vertumna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratospheric from the outside except from pictures. The ship has been separated in two, and parts taken off to form other buildings and a big wall around the entire colony. The alien jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside of it, dotting their way up the hill. What's outside the walls? Oh, don't worry about that, my dear aubergine, he says. Nothing that could hurt you. We just don't want you getting lost out there in the big, big world. Oh, before I forget, he pulls out a package from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is? He asks. You honestly don't. You remind him that you've been asleep in the medbay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already. You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know exactly what is in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. Also, I love it when sci-fi stuff just says birthday. We know what you meant. We all can still just call it a birthday. You know? But sometimes they're like, happy spawning day. And it's like, shut up. Just call it a birthday. Sometimes things don't need to be complicated. You describe the medallion and your dad tisks as he hands you the package. Aw, who ruined the surprise? Was it Seek? I'll bet it was Seek. They hate fun. He grins and adds, don't tell them I said that. Sun medallion. You start to explain that nobody told you, but somebody shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Selene, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed and he stops himself. Don't worry. We're gonna fix it, your mother and I. Professor Hal is expecting you in classes if you're feeling up to it, your dad says, pointing west to the engineering wing in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points to the large doors you came out of earlier. Or you can relax in our quarters until you're feeling better. We'll talk tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Selene. I love you. Love you too, Dad. To enter buildings, click on the door, yeah, we've done doing that. Choose an activity for the months to gain skills. There are 13 months a year and 10 years till the end of the game. You'll only have time to focus on a few things. Yeah, that is entirely true. I hate games like this because this game specifically, I know how many endings it has. There's 29 endings possible. And oh my god, that's scary. What if I don't get the best one? You see Diz sitting on the ground behind some bushes. Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate in the wall to the south where the grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed past the walls, he says quietly without looking up. They said there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need the walls at all? You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memory so strong you think you might faint. You imagine something coming through the wall, something enormous and dark and wriggly. For years you've half-remembered nightmares of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, of sifting through wreckage that used to be your home trying to find something. Your dad always told you the dreams weren't real. Breaking from your daydream, Diz whispers, I think there are monsters out there. My dad says there's nothing bad out there. Maybe, Diz mumbles. He doesn't look very convinced. Ooh, we can be rebellious? That's stress. He looks down at his feet. If you believe everything they say, I guess you should go to school now, like a good girl, he steers. Dickhead? You shake the vision from your head. It was just a dream. Your dad just told you there's nothing to be afraid of. I wish I had a control in game to do flipping off. That would be nice. I can become friends with congruence? Oh, it doesn't look like... Oh, these are romance. Maybe? They're in hearts. Why don't I know my mom? It's just my dad on here. Is it because I haven't met him yet? Technically. Hi, Anemone. Hiya, Solane. Anemone seems really like she's really like. Wait, fuck. Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from Earth. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, because it isn't cold, but it's still neat and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little. Anemone is simple. Physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. What are you making? Just snow spirals. But earlier, me and Cal made a big snow pal. You missed it while you were sleeping in the med bay. She smiles her broad, gap-toothed smile at you. And now that you're awake, we can play. Have you seen any monsters? Nope, just some little bugs. The grown-ups would say if they were monsters, right? She shrugs and smiles reassuringly. Even if there were monsters, Chief Rhett would beat them all up. So don't worry. My mom says we're safer here than we were in space. You both look over at the wreckage of the Stratospheric, the spaceship where you were born. Anemone's mom, Antecedent, is probably right about that. Look what the wormhole did to your ship. Why aren't you in school? She smacks her forehead. School! I wondered where everybody was. I guess I'm gonna be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried. It's okay. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind. But we should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you. No fair, she's getting a head start. Is that everything? I guess so. Wow. I want to go out there. No. Ooh. Pick an activity. Life science or humanities? What do we want? I want to train here. I want to get some of this shit. But they said nope. I'm gonna be really nice and really tough and hope somebody else has the reasoning. That's what I think I'm gonna go for. Oh, +1 with tangent. Oh, both is +1 with tangent. I guess because just both in class. 2 creativity, 2 persuasion, 2 biology, 1 reasoning. Welcome, Solane, Professor Hal greets you. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to study the glorious humanities. History, literature, language, media, and philosophy. And yes, if we're lucky, we'll have a little ancient earth poetry, too. He seems excited by that last bit. By the way, if anyone is interested in taking engineering classes, please register through Congruence's scheduling system when you have a chance. She'll be helping me teach them. Today's assignment is an easy one, because I was up late repairing Congruence's subterminal so I could use an app. I'd like you to write an essay on what Vertumna Colony means to you. Freedom, equality, democracy. My friends are all here. I feel safe here. Or just doodle. Freedom, equality, democracy. Oh, 5 loyalty, 1 persuasion. List all the keywords you can think of to describe an ideal government. Did you say freedom yet? Although you aren't totally sure if the colony's government is a real democracy. You know, the council votes on things, but you don't get to vote. And who chooses the council members anyways? The governor? Who chooses the governor? The council? You may just be a kid, but you can tell you're missing something here. Okay. When you work or go to class, you'll play a quick card challenge as the month passes. Move the cards to fill 5 panes to make the best hand you can. Yes, order matters. If the total on the circle on the right reaches the goal value, you win. Depending on the card, some rewards can't be won, but you still get a reward for doing your best. Bonus for flushes, same colors together. Bonus for pairs, same number together. Bonus for straights, increasing from left to right. The more cards in the flush, pair, or straight, the higher bonus total added to your total. Cards also affect each other and can be rearranged to find the best total score. I think that might be my best one that I did at the demo. This one's the same. Oh, 11? I have 2 first words. That's 10. I think 11 was the best I could get. Yeah. Because it's 3 of a kind. I see. I get it. So we got a flush and another flush, but we also get a 3 of a kind, which is the most we can get, I think. And we get a +1 from our sun medallion. Win! Victorious! You worked well this month. +1 creativity. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. I did! I managed to make the best score I could have. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working if you reaches 100. We're currently at 63. To relieve stress, take a month off in the quarters wing. Your parents have been working from first dawn to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job, and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away, but there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change you saw growing up on the It's such a change from growing up on the stratospheric when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. I'm sorry we haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry, your dad says. Your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? I learned some stuff in school. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles, and Professor Hal will give you kudos if you get good grades. You can spend those at the depot once it's open. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom, I think there are lots of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby, or by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough to start making your own decisions about your education and future, and if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. I'm 10 years old. Please, be a little bit more guiding. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends. They may have ideas for how you can spend your time. And come by geoponics. We could use your help. Early quiet. Mid quiet. And now do I know my mother? Yep. And my mother is Flulu. What I said. Hello, Anemone. Anemone is bumping a sports ball with her wrist, trying to keep it up in the air. Heads up, she shouts and bumps the ball in your direction. Bounce it back. You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Anemone tells you about the new sports ball court, a proper regulation size court, way back, I'm having a good time. Can't read. Way bigger than the little 0G one on the stratospheric. Her brother Calm is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. Cool. He's so great. He's good at everything, especially spiking. He's coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Okay. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom. Hello, my little potato, your dad exclaims, smiling warmly. What have you been up to? Playing in the fresh air. He breathes deeply and looks around slowly. Autumna is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons, he shouts, throwing his hand wide. I missed seasons. Back on Earth, it got much, much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. You just wait until dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky, and it'll be real hot then. You'll see. Dis looks at his feet and pretends not to notice you. I don't want to become a carnivore. I don't want to make Dis eat a worm. You find your mom hard at work setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. You've seen these plans pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. These geodesic domes... Oh my god. These geodesic domes will house the more delicate plants from Earth. Spinach, tomatoes, maybe even fruit. She takes a swig from her canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do? She asks. Remember, Solane, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we've landed. You can decide how to spend your time, so long as it's productive. She points towards the engineering wing, way in the back half of the stratospheric severed frame. Professor Hal's still expecting you in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical application. You're old enough to help with work around here. She claps her hand on your shoulder. I've got another minute. Anything you need to know? What are you doing in geoponics? She looks down at her feet at a sprout growing, but she looks down and nudges a sprout growing between her feet. It's green, the color of earth plants. We're doing our best, she says, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope the potatoes and the corn can handle the weather here, she says, glancing up at the sky. I hear it rains like hell in the wet season. She takes a long look at you up and down. You're growing fast, Selene, but you're still too young for real farming. Instead, well, there's a lot of soil that needs to be hauled. Seeing your disappointment, she nudges you on the shoulder. Don't pout. It'll help build those muscles. You'll need them now that we're out in the real world doing real work. Out here, we have to rely on our physical strength. She flexes her biceps. Hell yeah. Your mom is really strong. Hell yeah. What's happening in engineering? Hal's teaching classes on life science, engineering, and humanities. If you pass all your tests, maybe he'll let you work there in a few years. Your father thinks you're old enough that school is optional. I don't agree, but I'll be honest with you. We do need every pair of hands we can get. If you want to work with me here in geoponics, I suggest studying life science. If you don't have a good grasp of biology and ecology, I'm going to stick you on shovel duty. Well, I'm planning on ignoring this section of reasoning, organizing, engineering, and biology, so that's great. What can I do in the quarters? If you need a break, she advises, you can visit the lounge and see your friends. But, she warns, raising a finger, I don't want to see you lounging around all the time. You need to work hard, too. Of course. What? Of course. I would never. What's the garrison? Security Chief Rhett is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play back on the ship, didn't you? It'll be different here with the planet's gravity. Of all the adults on the colony, Rhett and your mom are the most like soldiers you'd see on a holovid. For a moment, you think your mom's gonna suggest something else, but then she shakes her head. You're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that yet. Just get yourself out of trouble and just enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. What's going on in command? I think Seek said they needed someone to deliver supplies from the depot. They're also setting a shop up there if you got some kudos to spend. And of course, that's where Governor Udicott works. But you shouldn't bother her. She's a busy woman and doesn't have your mother's patience with kids. You try not to giggle. Your mom isn't usually known for her patience. Can I join expeditions? Oh, you're too young to leave the colony. It's dangerous. She shakes her head. Your father would be worried. There's so much we still don't know about the world out there. Let us adults find out, and then maybe in a few years you can join them when you're older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay inside the walls. Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else around? Mars! Hello, Mars. Hey, Solane, come here. I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. The spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? Okay. Good. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. Mars sighs. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. She wasn't here before, and I know she wasn't because I looked for her. Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Selene. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars's soy sweets? Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets made freshly this morning, she says. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back. Okay? She used some of her kudos to nano-print it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares, too. You see Tammy, sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, well, your entire life. Back on the ship, you used to play with her. Tammy had the best doll collection. After her mom died, her dad used all of his nanoprinter creds to print her a different doll every month for a whole year. Her ears perk up when she sees you. Oh, hello, Selene, she says. Her voice is soft and dreamy like a beam of starlight. Do you want to play dolls? I sure do. +2 friendship, +1 empathy. You don't think Tammy will ever be too old to play with dolls. If anything, she has even more of them now. She takes you to her quarters and brings out the entire Spacey Stacy doll collection, a disturbingly realistic baby with real bowel movements and 2 super fancy posable dolls named Lily and Tilly, who can be programmed to move on their own. Tammy isn't very good at the programming, so Lily and Tilly just roll around awkwardly when you turn them on. You cover quickly by saying they must be breakdancing at a club. The two of you spend the afternoon making up stories of their rise to stardom as professional dancers. Aww. Hi, Mars. Mars puts out her hand expectantly. Give it here. I don't have any persuasion. Here it is. You hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes it and giggles. You're such a good sidekick. You're doing everything I'm saying. She opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip, she tells you. Oh, an administrator seeks looking for someone to do delivery jobs at the depot. I don't want to do it because, like, ew, running around out there? No. Oops, I knocked my camera. Just go there, though. Just go through there and tell them I referred you. No, thank you. You're kind of a bitch. I picked her as my friend in the first go-around. I don't think I like her very much. I want to see what all the things I can do. Play sports ball. +10 stress, +1 friendship with anemone, +1 toughness, +1 bravery. Okay. And here. I can't do engineering classes. +2 biology, +1 reasoning, +2 creativity, +2 persuasion. I do want to be persuasive. But I also want to be really strong. Shovel dirt. Excuse me. +1 friendship with Cal, +5 kudos, +10 stress, +3 toughness. 10 toughness or greater, or 10 organizing or greater. I guess I should work on that toughness then. How much stress does this remove? 100 stress, so we don't need to worry about that right now at all. That's like once we get to max. We're gonna shovel some dirt. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Oh boy, good morning, Selene. Looks like you're working for your old lady. I hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're my daughter. I do, actually. Thank you. Nepotism, please. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky, old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving the dirt? Don't we have machines for this? The construction crews already claimed all the hover lifts, she says, shrugging. But they'll break down in a few years anyways, and we don't have the materials to fix them. She grips your forearm. We're planet side now. Use your muscles. Nature's hydraulics, pistons. Where do I move it again? From over there, she points to a dirt pile, to there. She points to an identical pile 10 meters away. She sees your confusion. We had some very precious soil from Earth on the ship, full of nutrients and bugs and bacteria our plants need to grow. But it was lost, she sighs, in an accident. Now we have to make more from scratch using vertumnant soil. This is part of the process. Why not use hydroponics? On the ship, we grew most of our plants with their roots in the water, and it's true it was more hygienic that way, your mom replies. She brushes an insect off her arm, which lets out a loud squeak of objection. But hydroponic systems use too much energy. Here we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Let's get to work. That's my girl, your mom says, slapping you on the back. You stumble a little. Your arms start to ache after the first half hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted. And good, somehow. You can feel your muscles growing already. Get to work. That's 20. I think I had it right the first time. $20. Win. You worked well this month. +1 toughness. +6 kudos. +1 from best scorer. And +1 friendship with Cal. We're getting there where we want to be. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. This morning you were sure Professor Hal was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Hal walked away, his hash browns safe for today, Mars called you a liar and a dummy. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with stuff you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. What if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? And you try to tell anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick or that you're sick and you need to go to the med bay. You eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? Secret powers are fun. You start keeping a private journal on your holopalm, recording the events to when you remember something before it happens. You also write down your dreams when they have the feeling of being real. You like the idea of being magic and seeing the future, but some of those dreams are very, very scary. You hope that, like Professor Hal's hash browns, they don't all come true. Mid-quiet. Late quiet.
Bannerlord, I'm watching Creed 3.
Hello. Cal is riding around the geoponics garden on his hoverboard. The board comes to a sudden, shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off, but catches his balance before he eats dirt. Hi, Solane. The real ground is way harder to hover on than the ship's floors. There are bumps everywhere. We all have to adapt. Yeah, Cal exclaims. Things are actually way, way better planet-side. Hovering outside is rad. Look at this. He runs over to a small depression in a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this. It's a skate bowl. Cool. Can I try? Sure, but please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get enough speed going down one side to come back up the other. You don't land any tricks. It's hard just staying on the board with this uneven ground, but it's still fun.
Apparently one roll didn't go their way.
Already talked to her. Who is this lady? Uncle Tonin blocks your way with a smile. I'm afraid Expeditions is off limits for now. It's not safe out there for kids. You better toughen up so you can join the squads when you're older. Nearby. Valley of Vertigo, Prosaic Plains, Wrestling Ridges, Subaqueous Swamps. Valley of Vertigo. The Valley of Vertigo is a low-lying trench to the east that's dense with pollen-producing trees. There's a wide variety of edible food here, both plant and animal product, leading to some of the explorers calling this place the breadbasket of Vertumna. There are a number of animals here that geoponics would be interested in domesticating. The Prosaic Plains. The Prosaic Plains lie far to the north of the colony, where the higher elevation and natural tilt of the planet makes bromidic snow fall more regularly in every season. Though prone to sudden storm flurries, the plains are a relatively safe place to explore, filled with mostly herbivorous xenofauna. The Western Resting Ridge. I don't like that fucking tongue twister on me. I mean, all of them are, but this one's the worst. This tongue-twisting region is a broken spine of the planet, home to both dizzying heights and abyssal lows. It's always hot and arid here, no matter the season. Traversing these steep chasms is dangerous and only to be done with sufficient glider training. However, there are some interesting ruins to explore here. Hello, thank you for the lurk. The Subaqueous Swamp. To the south is a vast boggy wilderness, home to dangerous animals and hazardous weather conditions. Exploration in this area is only to be done with extreme caution. What about the bestiary? Bloat cow. These cumbersome-looking creatures are actually lighter than air due to large helium sacs on dorsal and ventral sides. Careful balancing of helium and urine allows them to control their elevation.
Like, fight so much shit, like,
Huh.
done.
Not by. A common creature with two disparate set of eyes and one strong foot. Though harmless, these small warriors can be fierce in groups. Manticore. Highly intelligent and predatory. Their plumage changes according to season. Their body is composed almost entirely of dangerous weapons. Do not approach. Fair enough. I don't want to dare him to eat a worm. Can't train. What you doing, Tangent? Tangent is hunched over her hollow palm, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Howell wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures. There should be a catalog on the colony holonet, but I can't find it anywhere. I'll help you find the catalog. +1 organizing, +2 friendship. You launch your own hollow palm and start searching the colony's holonet archives for a list of autumnal plants and animals. 10 minutes later, you find it buried under survey logistics in the expedition's net. Anemone passes by and pulls a face at the two of you. Hey, hollow nerds, she shouts. School's over. Come play sports ball in the sunshine. Tangent just rolls her eyes. No one else to be talked to? I want to get that toughness up. I want to be fucking strong. Tammy brought Cal a beaded bracelet. It's too big for his wrist, so he wears it looped into a strap on his clothing. Every so often, you catch him fiddling with it and smiling. You wonder if he knows his crush is visible from space. Get to work. I'll keep doing the normal challenges. Speaking to 13. It's a 10. I think this is the best we can do. Victorious, you worked well this month. Yay, we got the extra kudos. +4 toughness. Let's go. We're at 12. We're strong. And now we're getting into the next month. Or next season, rather. Early pollen. Oh, it's pretty. It's all pink and shit. Oh, she came outside further. Tammy's dad is the head of expeditions, which means he's out surveying the jungle every day. This morning, you see her crying in the doorway as he leaves. I don't like when he goes out there, she sniffs after he is gone. But he is so brave, and so are you. That's why I like you, Selene. Perform a random act of kindness. You start simple. You give Tammy an enormous hug, sharing the love. Tammy gets lots of hugs, but you make sure this one feels special. She hugs you back, wiggling back and forth happily. She's surprisingly strong. Thanks, Selene, she says breathlessly as she squeezed the wind out of her a little. I really, really needed that. Oh, before you go, she adds, and produces a box with a slice of cake in it from the folds of her skirt. Do you want this cake? They're so fun to make, but I need someone to help eat them. I'll make you another on your birthday if you like. We can trade hugs for cakes again. I need a break soon. I'm fine. The suns, they're so warm. Cal lifts his face to the sky, his eyes closed. Well, the blue one is kind of warm, he continues, but the yellow one is like a heater in the sky. The grow lights on Strato were bright but never hot like this. It's so nice. I think the only thing I can do with this guy is fucking make him eat a worm. I don't want to make him eat a worm. That's 20 toughness. Have you gone outside the colony yet? Tange asks you. I hear all sorts of terrible things. Regardless, we're not allowed to stray from the gates unless we're on expedition. Tange rolls her eyes. Not that it stops my brother. Man. I don't think I can do that. Because I have too much stress. I feel like I'm gonna fail at doing this if I try. Anemone meets you on the court. She's bouncing from one leg to the other in excitement. My brother Calm is organizing the youth group, she tells you. Kombucha. Not the name I thought Calm was gonna be short for. Not that I had an idea in mind, but I don't know. Calmus instead of Thomas? I don't know. Anything other than kombucha? Kombucha offers you a high five and greeting, then tosses a sports ball your way. Let's start with a practice game to see what you're good at. You and Anemone are team captains. Pick your team. Anemone used to practice with Cal and Mars on the ship, but Tammy, you're surprised to see her here. Calm will fill in to even up the teams, but he promises to go easy. I want Cal. Mind if I play goalie? He asked. Sports ball is fun, but I don't really like to score against the other team. And then I want Tammy, my friends. Cal said I should join, but I'm not very good at sports. Where should I stand? She asks quietly. You aren't sure. You assign her to tackle back and tell her to stick like glue to the opposing team striker. Maybe she'll get in their way instead of yours? You face off on 3. Start the game. Story challenges have 3 rounds instead of 1. After every round, you'll keep the cards you didn't play and unlock an extra slot to play them in. Losing isn't always a bad thing in story challenges. That's 8. That's 7. That's 9. 6. 5. No, I think I had it right the first time. I always end up doing that. Now I need to get to 10. Oh boy. That does it! Well, there you go. That's why I did it. Win. Victorious! -1 stress. Tammy tackles Anemone in a brilliant takedown that surprises everyone. She really took her role as the immovable object. Cal makes an amazing jump save, but is winded when the ball hits him in the chest. The score is tied, with Anemone and Calm putting the pressure on. Then blam, you score the match point with a rad spike all the way from the net line. +5 kudos. Gain memory. Get to work. We are now at full stress. I got +1 friendship with Anemone as well. You wake from an afternoon nap. You squint in the pink-tinged light slanting through the windows. You must have fallen asleep in the lounge. Tammy's shadows fall across your nest of pillows. Oh, I'm sorry, Solange, she says, giggling. I didn't mean to wake you up. It's just so nice outside, with the pollen sparkling in the sunlight. I wanted to open the windows. You rub your eyes blearily. Ugh, we're having the weirdest dream. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie Seton is making a new kind of candy. She says it's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the creche first. Then I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? I'm gonna go get that free candy. Oh, pretty lady! I want hair that color. With the, blue and the orange and everything. In the cafeteria, Auntie Seton is cheerfully handing out masses of pink candy, puffy and soft like clouds. Oh, Solange, she says, handing you a wand with some candy spun around the end. Here, try some of this. We used to have it on Earth. You pull off a piece and give it a taste. It's so sweet that your mouth puckers. You've never tasted anything so sweet and so real. It's not at all like the soy sweets that the kitchen nano printer can make. It melts in your mouth, leaving a gritty residue on your tongue. As someone who loves cotton candy, it does. It does leave a gritty residue on your tongue. That's true. You wait until everyone is gone, but Tammy never shows up. You look down at the cotton candy in your hands. It's wilted a little from the humidity, but it's kind of like her hair, you think. Pale pink and so soft. You keep some to give to her later. You're relaxing in your family's quarters after dinner. Your mom had to run off on some kind of council business, so it's just you and your dad playing a holo game together. When you're about ready to head off to bed, your mom returns. You can tell by the defeated slant of her shoulders that something has gone terribly wrong. Your dad starts to ask her what happened, but she waves him away and approaches you. Wait. Wait, no! Wait, no! She sits down and takes your hand, holding it between her two strong, dirt-creased ones. Selene, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, she starts. Her mouth quivers as she swallows, working on her next words. There was an accident this afternoon in the creche. What if I hadn't gone to get the candy? Would I have heard about the accident sooner? Would I have been able to help? Wait, no! That's not cool. What the fuck? She's just like that? You try to understand her words. Plus 48 stress. Holy shit. Yeah. Tammy's dead? That's not possible. You suddenly remember the cotton candy you were saving to give Tammy. Pink and fluffy, just like her hair. You put your hand in your pocket to get it, but what comes out is this... Ask what happened. Yeah. Your mom tells you as simply as possible that Tammy was killed by an electric shock from a broken holo projector. It was just an accident. You press her for an explanation. A little girl is dead. Someone you'd grown up with, someone so much like you. She wasn't sick or anything. You just saw her this morning. She was right there. Why? Your mom's eyes are sad when she tells you. Sometimes there's no reason why. You aren't used to dealing with death, and you don't know what you're supposed to say or do. You sort of mumble, okay, then get changed and crawl into bed a full hour before your bedtime. You try to fall asleep, but you toss and turn for hours. Dude, what the actual fuck? We are 4 seasons, or four months into the game, and the best friend we chose is dead. I'm mad. I'm mad. What the fuck? Anemone is chucking rocks at the strato, sending metallic clangs ringing through the colony. Stupid planet, she yells. Stupid crash, stupid spaceship. She bends down to pick up another rock, but instead sobs and braces her hands on her knees. Stupid everything. Why'd she have to die? It's not fair. Kids aren't supposed to die. Can you believe Tammy died? Diz asked morbidly. I heard Chief Engineer Instance tell someone about it. He lowers his voice. Tammy got shocked by a broken holoprojector, the one in the creche with the teddy bear. You remember? When she touched it, she got chucked all the way across the room, and, Diz looks embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, it's too bad she's gone. She was nice. That's kind of a cool way to die. Whatever makes it easier for you, buddy. Oh, Cal. Cal had a crush on Tammy. Well, now I can't romance Cal. I just know it. Tange is pacing around in front of engineering. She looks upset. It shouldn't have happened. What happened to Tammy? It shouldn't have been possible. There was no reason for that holo projector to break. Professor Hal says it was just recently serviced and nothing was wrong with it before. It just... She gestures angrily. It just blew up for no reason. Nobody would have wanted to hurt her, so why? How? It doesn't add up. Sorry, Solane, I want to think about this some more. I hate when I can't find the answer. Someone's thinking foul play, and you know what? Cal is sitting in your mom's flower garden with his face in his hands. He's clearly been crying all morning, and probably all of yesterday, too. He and Tammy were really close. When you guys used to play around in the creche, Tammy was always mommy, and Cal was always the daddy. Even though you were just little kids, you kind of giggled how you obviously thought they were going to be together forever, like a princess and a knight. I miss her, too. Me, too. He sniffs, looking up at you. You can see how puffy and red his eyes are. I'm trying not to cry. Me, really, really, too. Tammy always liked these flowers. Sometimes I picked some for her. He runs his hands over the pretty white flowers. Don't tell your mom, okay? Tears well up and slowly leak out of his eyes. He doesn't even blink, just stares at the flowers and lets tears run down his cheeks. Just had to give him some space. Hey, Mom and Dad. Your mom pats your shoulder encouragingly. I'm so sorry, Solane. Your dad gives you a hug. Sorry you're feeling blue, Solane. Things will start to look up again soon. At least I hugged her. You know? Mars is staring into space, looking somber. She doesn't even notice when you come up beside her, and she barely reacts when you say hello. I'm thinking about Tammy, she says quietly. She used to sit down the hill there in that spot in the sun. Every morning, she'd just sit there in the sun for hours doing nothing. Just being happy. You stare down the hill to the spot near the entrance to the quarters. You can imagine her there, working on some little craft project, humming to herself. I don't even know what to say. I miss her too. And now she's dead. Mars makes a face. How's that fair? Of all the people, how come it had to be my friend? You don't have an answer. You've never heard Mars call Tammy her friend before, but of course she was. Tammy was everyone's scared little sister, even though she was older than most of you. Mars clicks her tongue. Oh yeah, Administrator Seek is looking for you? I guess I need someone to do delivery jobs. She waves vaguely at the door behind her, distracted by her thoughts. I find an egg. Probably shouldn't pick that egg up, but it's my egg now. That's called a pet. Chief Administrator Seek greets you at the depot. They look you up and down. Solane. You've never really struck me as a particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? I can carry a lot. Strong for your age, maybe. But lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. You've got the job. For now, anyways. They use their elegant stylus to note this on their hollow palm. Come back in a few minutes and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. I'm gonna relax. I know I don't want to forget. Not yet, at least. I don't think I have enough. The colony is going to hold a funeral for Tammy. Do you want to attend? I'm gonna attend it. Colonists gather in the recycling room. Bringing organics down to be recycled here is one of your chores, but you've only come here for a funeral twice. Both times, a colonist had passed away from natural causes during the 20-year-long journey from Earth. This is the first time there's been a funeral on Vertumna, and the first time for someone you actually knew. The mouth of the organics recycler has been polished, and the wreath of yellow flowers placed over the opening. Inside, you can see a shrouded figure. Tammy's small, fragile body. Tammy's dad, Uncle Tonin, is here, as well as your parents, Auntie Sedent, and the rest of the council. Cal is here with his mom and her partners, already crying in their arms. This room is so packed with people, and the feeling of grief is so thick you can taste it in your mouth. Governor Udicott stands before the assembled crowd. There are no words to ease the pain we feel today, she begins solemnly. There is only the sad company of those left behind to share the burden of that grief. Tammy was our child, she continues, one of the first humans to be born in space, and the first to die on an alien planet. In her short life, she exemplified the very arc of human accomplishment, bending hopefully towards life beyond our humble earth. She is the first of us who can truly call Vertumna home. Her passing was as senseless as it was sudden. Losses like this are impossible to hold within oneself, a painful reminder that life is impossibly precious and fragile. But they also remind us, as always, that as a community we are capable of great strength. Uticott closes the door to the recycler. You hear Uncle Tonin sob over the hum of the particle disintegrators beginning their work. As a community, we remember Tammy. As a community, we return her body to the soil that nourishes us. In this way, Tammy, our child from the stars, will never be truly lost to us. Didn't Tonin lose his wife? Didn't Tammy lose her mom, like, early on in the ship? Like, wasn't that one of the other deaths in space? So now this guy's lost his wife and a child? That's fucked. The ceremony is adjourned, but a few people stay back to console Uncle Tonin as he keeps vigil over the recycler. Cal and Uncle Tonin hold each other and weep openly. Your mom stays behind to receive Tammy's remains. As the head of Geoponics, she'll be responsible for adding them to the colony's precious supply of brown soil from Earth. Your dad accompanies you out of the recycling room. He clears his throat. I want you to know that you don't need to be okay, he says, clasping his warm hand on your shoulder. If you want to take the rest of the month off, everyone's gonna understand. You feel better just having said goodbye. Tammy was your friend, but you feel like the best way to deal with her losing her is to throw yourself into your school and work. Sympathetic but distracted smile. What's up, Cal? Hey, Selene. We'll be okay. We'll certainly try. Sorry. Anemone is unusually still today. She's sitting in the dugout of a sports ball pitch, fiddling with an ugly doll with red hair. Tammy gave me this, she sighs. I kinda told her to shove off because I don't play with dolls. Why'd I have to be so mean to her? Tangent shoots you a distracted look. Sorry, she says. I'm not really good at cheering people up. Command is a warren of long hallways with doors off to tiny nondescript offices. Is this organizing and perception? I don't want to do that. Do I want to do that, though? I don't think it was the best I could have done, though. Dust. Hi, Selene. She huffs, catching her breath. She grins. On the ships, adults are always saying, no running, Anemone, no running. But outside, there's so much room. I can run for 5 minutes in one direction. Even more after the robo-plows cleared the lands for the farms. Here, I got something for you. What do I get back? Oh, it's her birthday. Good thing we did that. Hey, is this a birthday cake? Thank you for remembering my birthday. You're welcome. Selene, we need to discuss my brother. Who, Dis? Yes, Dis, she says impatiently. I need you to figure out where he's been disappearing. Ever since we landed, I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come home at night sometimes, and She trails off and looks at her feet. Well, I'm not on very good terms with my brother of late, and well, people are becoming worried. You get the feeling that Tange is the one who's worried, but she doesn't want to admit it. I'll find out. Thank you, Solange, she says, looking relieved for a second before her expression hardens again. I mean, it would be a ridiculous waste of resources if something happened to him and no one knew where he was or how to find him. Right, of course. Tange doesn't get worried.
Yeah. Get the version that works with the mods.
Your mom is hard at work. I don't need to do that. Hey, Dad, do you have anything new?
They released some weird update that like broke all the mods. I think they might have fixed it, but
I want my cards. Cal looks up at the sky, shading his eyes. I wonder when it's gonna rain again. The heat doesn't bother me none, but after a while the plants are gonna get all toasty.
now they try to do it the whole time, like the mods work.
Whoops. Is that an alien egg? Cal exclaims. Wow, I wonder what's inside of it. If it's still warm, maybe we can hatch it. Anemone likes eggs. I should've given her that one for her birthday. She's worried about you. She doesn't care about me, he says sullenly. Tangent's just worried she'll get in trouble if I don't come home one day. She doesn't care about her anything but her schoolwork. I don't think that's the right answer. But I don't have any friendship with this guy. I have 4. I don't have anything else.
Nice. Actual bowling balls or big boobs? Okay. Big fun here for once. Actual bowling balls. Oops.
I want more persuasion. Tangent's least favorite part of humanities are the days where you study Earth poetry. She just doesn't get it. If the author was trying to tell us something, why didn't they just come out and say it? Let's go. Humanities. Is that still 15 the other way too? It is. You worked well this month. +1 creativity. And there we go. We got a kudos from being just great. Good at stuff. It's time for Vertumnalia. Okay. Udicott and the Council have called a festival to celebrate life here on the planet Vertumna. Everyone gathers in the colony square to hear Governor Udicott's speech. Oh my god! In Earth's history, Udicott begins and then clears her throat and waits for everyone to quiet down. Ahem. In Earth's history, Vertumna was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens, and fruit. It's no coincidence that our forebears of the Vertumna Project chose to take on such an auspicious name in the hopes of seeding future bountiful seasons of humanity. We will continue this tradition of Vertumnalia, a midsummer festival, to celebrate our Vertumna, this lush planet upon which we find ourselves today. Yawn. You substitute out the speeches after that. When it's your mother, Flulu's turn, she announces that tonight you'll be eating some of the very first crops grown from Vertumnan soil. Your eyes go to the feast table. Aboard the stratosphere, it would have been mostly soy-based food from the nanoprinter, spiced up with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in the small growing bays. This year, the earth plants look even less robust than usual, but they're supplemented by some Vertumnan plants you've grown to enjoy. Juicy watado pods and slabs of edible fungi. Udicott takes the stage after everyone on the council has said their piece. What is a festival without festivities? 3-part competition. Which one do you join? Bot wrestling, talent show, or I'll just watch. Competitions are dumb. I don't like competitions, actually. think I'll have the most luck with talent show. I have more creativity than I do toughness, I believe. It's close, though. It's an all-singing, all-dancing, all-talent extravaganza. The entire colony gathers to watch the show after dinner. First up, Dis plods to the front of the stage as a pop song starts to play. He just stands there, deadpan, staring into space with his arm at the side. While the singer belts out the first verse. Then as the chorus comes in, he suddenly springs to life, dancing and lip-syncing to the lyrics frantically, waving his arms and grinning maniacally, then collapses back to standing still once the chorus is over. It's hilarious, but you aren't sure you're supposed to be laughing. Next, Mars performs a choreographed dance routine to an old Earth song by an AI idol. She has light-emitting balls at the end of her hair, which she swings around everywhere in the dim light while controlling a small floating ball drone who dances with her. It's total overkill, but it is impressive. Your turn, what do you do? They're all hard. So I'm gonna do hoverboard tricks. I think the best we could do is the... That's a 13. Okay. Seven versus a 10. Up to a 13. I think that's the most I can do. I'm gonna push through. I just need to be better at... Howdy, Jonesy. Thank you so much for the resub. How are ya? Wild. Oh my god. Hair's getting in my eye. First. Sure. We'll count it. We got +2 friendship with Maz and plus Mars and +2 friendship with Diz. And we gained status popular. Hell yeah. What? You got it. You did. No one else did it. That one's all yours. You're first. No one can take that from you. You thrill the cloud with your death-defying hoverboard stunts. Well, they're not death-defying, but they're still pretty cool. You win, as voted by the audience applause. You'll be dipped? Sounds okay. Yes, what do I got with you? What is that friendship? 8? Oh. Maz begrudgingly shakes your hand, leaning in to whisper that you better enjoy your victory now because she's going to destroy you next year. Minus 50 stress. See, look, it was totally fine that I took that extra stress. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. During the fierce heat of dust, a few days of rest is exactly what you need. You feel refreshed. have enough to be able to study with her. I have none of any of these. Hi, Solane. Can't train. I should work, because kudos are doubled. Oh. You step cautiously through the colony gates. Solane, Uncle Tonin sighs as he blocks your path. He looks like he hasn't been sleeping. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be out here. Our children are so young and so precious, so fragile. Please stay near the ship. Okay. Ah. Oh my god. Oh, hi, Solane. My dad made me come out to get some fresh air. Don't know what's so fresh about it. It's always full of acid, snow, or pollen, or water. And I don't know which is worse. No, you poor baby. Shut up. How many kudos do I get? 5 kudos. Zeke sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart. Stuff like tools or electronics. Some are high priority, which means you have to move fast. It's fun getting to yell important delivery coming through, and people actually get out of the way. I think... I mean, obviously. +7 from best score and popular status. Nice. Only 1 perception. That sucks. But we got a whole bunch of kudos for it. I'm bored. This is boring, Mars complains, stamping her foot. All the adults want to do is work, and they're not paying attention to me. Shut up. God. You look for Cal in the gardens when you nearly trip over somebody else, one of the younger kids, and they're blindfolded. Hey, they exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Cirrus, one of Anemone's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cirrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cirrus stamps his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not her fault, Cal says. She didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a sec. I want to teach her how to play. Cal turns to you as Cirrus leaves. Sorry, Solane, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Cirrus a new game, but he's more like Anemone than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with other kinds of games. Other than sports ball, he says. No winners or losers. I just want to have fun with my friends. Cal looks at you hopefully. Do you want to learn how to play? Let me check my schedule. Yes. Hell yeah, Cal. Cal's smile looks like it's gonna stretch right off his face. Radical, he shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first, put on this blindfold. The blindfold is a little scratchy and smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm gonna spin you around, and when I let go, you gotta listen to my instructions. We're gonna walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You nod. You can't see Cal's grin, but you can hear it in his voice as he spins you around and counts to 10. 1, 2, 3. First, Cal says, you gotta walk forward 10 steps. Do you follow Cal's instructions as best you can, or make things difficult for him? I'll do my best. You take 10 steps straight forward, holding your hands out for balance. The rocky dirt between the garden beds crunches under your feet. Yeah, Cal says. Now turn to your right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. I'll get it right. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear his footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You're like 2 more steps away. You take 2 more steps until your outstretched hands land on the warm metal of the door. Success. Awesome, Cal says. You can't help but smile. This is fun. Now hit the door button on the right and then keep walking forward until I say stop. Go really slowly, okay? You open the door and start to walk forward. The path slopes downward a bit, and you feel your feet slip a little bit, even though you're moving as slowly as you can. Real dirt is nothing like the metal floors of the stratospheric. It's turbo rocky, Cal says, and you can feel uneasiness prickle in the back of your arms. Just keep going forward slowly. I trust him. You creep down the slope to the center of the colony, somehow managing not to bump into anything. Cal cheers. Okay, now turn a little to your right and keep walking straight. We're so close. You carefully pick your way forward, stopping when you hear Mars's unmistakable voice ring across the courtyard. What are you nullheads doing? Cal tells her you're playing a game. Is that a real game? It looks like Selene is just wandering around with a scarf over her eyes. Aren't you a little old for this? I don't have enough bravery. Embarrassment burns in your belly as you tear off the blindfold. Blinking away the tears in the sudden brightness, you can see Mars looking down her nose at you. Mars sneers, tossing her braids over her shoulders. I thought you were cooler, Solane. Let me know when you're ready to play some adult games. What? Man, this girl's mean. You become aware of Cal standing behind you. Sorry, Solane, he says quietly. I guess it is kind of a silly game. You ask if he wants to get some potato juice from the cafeteria instead. You spend the afternoon brainstorming ideas for more games with no winners or losers. Okay, so at least there's that. Ooh. Mushwood log. So I trapped it in my room, Anemone says, telling you all about the bug she saw in her quarters. Its wings were as big as my hand, and it had feelers like, whoa! It was bouncing all over the place like boing, boing, boing. She gestures excitedly, swinging her arms over her head. The bugs here are so big, and they're everywhere. I was gonna give it to Tan, she says. She loves gross bugs, but she said I should just let it go, because if it stung me, I might get weird mutant powers. I mean, other than the one I already have. And I wanted to see if I got more weird mutant powers, so I started jumping around off higher and higher things until I was jumping off the back of the ship. And I got in so much trouble, but it wasn't even that high. She stops in her tracks. Hold on, she says, stooping to rub the irritably at her knees for probably the 100th time in the past 5 minutes. Ah, I'm gonna die. I busted up my knees and it's so itchy when my scales grow in. Annie, don't pick at it, Chief Stewardess, antecedent's voice rings out across the garrison yard. Firm, pleasant but firm. It instantly transports you back to being in the ship creche, tugging on her skirts and calling her auntie. Anemone jumps and stands straight up, her hands flying to her side. But Mom, Anemone whines, digging her fingers into her knees as Auntie Sedent approaches you both. It's so scratch-tastically itchy. I know, lovely, Auntie Sedent soothes her, patting down her riotous red hair. But the more you pick at it, the thicker your scales are gonna grow in. Anemone tucks her hands under her armpits to keep her from scratching. What if I wanna have cool scales, she pouts. Auntie Sedent smiles indulgently. At the rate you're growing, I'm sure you'll be covered in them before you know it. No need to rush. Anemone's skin is dotted with patches of protective blue-green scales, and that grow in whenever she gets a cut or a scrape. She rubs the patch on her jaw indignantly, the one she got back when she ran headfirst into the food synthesizer on the ship. Auntie Sedent opens her satchel and pulls out a bundle of clothes. The key for the nanoprinter is over a week long, so I patched your pants with scraps from your brother's clothing. Please try not to put any more holes in them, or yourself, okay? She hands the clothes to Anemone and kisses her on the forehead. Anemone sticks out her tongue and gags. Yuck. Anemone evaluates the clothes as her mom walks away. Galactic, she breathes as she runs her fingers over the odd-colored patches. Then right in the middle of the yard, she unashamedly squirms out of her pants and pulls out the new ones. Wow, I look like a fighter jet from the Hollows, she exclaims, showing off her new pants. Like when they'd stencil your kill count on your plane. Or like a really cool scar. Yeah, you get it. My pants are scarred, just like me. Have you gone outside yet? Tanj asks. I hear all sorts of terrible things. Regardless, we're not allowed to stray from the gates unless we're on an expedition. Not that it stops my brother. I have gear. I got collectibles. I don't know how to use cards yet. Does this interest you? Thank you, Dis says, clearly unsure about how to react. I'll find something to do with it. Sorry, I didn't know what to give you. I just want to become friends with you. So I can fucking find out where you're going before you die. If another kid dies, I'm rage quitting. The greenhouses have different biomes inside, growing plants from earth that might belong in a desert, jungle, or temperate forest. Some are so delicate, blah, 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 blah. Let's do it. Don't you just love this? Cal asks excitedly. Your hoverboard? Yeah, it's cool. No, I just mean this. He waves his arms, dirt encrusted up to the elbows, to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow, even if we're just moving dirt around. We're still helping. Why do you like it so much? Well, he considers. I like digging holes in the dirt because it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand in the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was real shiny, like a rainbow. Wait, he says. I just thought of a thing I like better. There we go. Getting dirt underneath my fingernails, he laughs. I don't know why, but it's the best. Probably the best I can do. Victorious, you worked well this month. Apparently it wasn't the best I could have done. I get more kudos for one more month. Hey, Selene, I can't do anything here that's different. Hey, my cheeky tomatillo. Diz, talk to me, buddy. What are we doing? It's pouring rain and everyone's trying to stay dry under the grass-roofed palapas. Everyone except Diz, off in the field, off a distance over the wall near the sports bar field. He's definitely skulking. Tell someone. You tell Security Chief Rhett that you saw Dis up to no good around behind the garrison. He's too distracted trying to put buckets under various leaks in the roofs to pay much attention to you. Thank you, Soleil. I'll check it out later, he says, waving you off. If there's a danger to the colony, one of the lookouts will catch it. You're not so sure. You know Diz. He's very good at hiding when he doesn't want to be found. Cal is scratching a stick listlessly in the dirt, seemingly uninterested in your presence until you get right in his face. Oh, hey, Selene, he says. Sorry, I don't really feel like playing today. Oh. Anemone is running around the sports ball court, touching her hand to the ground at each corner. 18, she counts. 19. When she reaches 20, she collapses into the grass and checks her hollow palm. I'm training, she explains. My big bro, Calm, short for kombucha, says I have to get my legs climatized to the planet if I'm going to be team captain like him. I can't give anything to you. Oh, hi, Selene. Oh, fuck off. She's annoying. Okay. So I now know that Diz doesn't like mush wood. What about you? Just +1. So neither of the twins like it. It's okay. It's been a while, but it's time to attend a meeting of the Secret Fun Times Club. Mars started the SFC years ago when you were little kids. Tangent and Tammy agreed to join at the time, but then you all got busy with other things and forgot about it, and then Tammy died. You know, that kind of threw a wrench into our plans. You meet in an unused conference room in command, which Mars says is perfect for a secret club. Club President Mars brings the meeting to order. Tange, Vice President of Writing Down Secrets, records the meeting notes on her holopalm. As Vice President of Fun Ideas, it was your job to come up with something fun for the club to do today. You chose making friendship bracelets and brought all the supplies you'll need. Today, Mars announced, we're going to make friendship bracelets, and I have an even better idea. We're going to sell them to people for kudos. That isn't really how kudos are supposed to be used, but Mars is hard to argue with sometimes. The three of you spend the afternoon braiding bracelets out of recycled bits of wire and bright plastic packaging strips. Your hearts aren't really in it, though. All three of you know that Tammy would have been much better at this than you. Making friendship bracelets was one of her favorite things. She was always giving them to people and didn't expect anything in return. It's eventually Mars who calls the meeting early. She takes all your misshapen bracelets and looks at them dubiously. I don't know if people will want to trade their kudos for these, but I'll do my best. I'll put the kudos in the club treasury. Meeting adjourned. You ask Tangent if she thinks Mars is actually going to sell them. I think so, Tange tells you. But the club doesn't even have a treasury. She'll probably just keep the kudos for herself. She doesn't seem to care. Alright, now I get to work. Wow! No way there's something better than this. You worked well this month. Best score and popular. And +1 with Mars. You're having a terrifying, familiar dream. A large monster crashes through the walls, unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, looking for something, tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift pieces of heavy debris. You wake up, shouting no, but your voice is drowned out by a deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water? It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess this must be rain, but you've never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside, and then a crack and a rumble. Thunder! This must be a thunderstorm. Until the early hours of morning. You've already forgotten about your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now with the angry peals of thunder like the heavy footsteps of angry beast. Run around and play in the rain. +5 rebellion, -5 stress. Let's go. It's surprisingly warm outside, and the water feels nice hitting your head. Everything smells fresh and damp and wonderful, and the dusty, packed ground is turned into squelchy mud between your toes. You don't go too far from your doors to your quarter, but it's exciting to be outside in the dark, watching dramatic streaks of lightning arc down the hills, down to the hills behind the colony. Jesus! Mid-wet. You know, Selene, you're alright, Mars says as you approach. You blink at her, trying to figure out what she means. You're alright what? At your stunned silence, Mars laughs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You're alright, she repeats. You actually have good taste, unlike these other nullheads. Ever since we've landed, it's been help with this, Mars, and don't waste resources on that, Mars. It's boring. At least you understand the importance of sophistication. You shoot the breeze with Mars a bit longer. At some point, Dis skulks out of the living quarters and has to pass by you both, clearly trying not to draw your attention. Ugh, where is he going now? Mars mutters to you and then raises her voice so Dis can hear. Try not to get eaten by aliens, she calls out to Diz. If you die out there, they can't use your body for fertilizer. Don't be a waste. Shut up, Mars. Diz is cool. You say it loud enough for Diz to hear. He looks at you with wide eyes before scurrying towards the wall. Huh, Mars says with a little smile. No accounting for taste. She seems to respect that you challenged her. She watches Diz disappear from the sights and said, maybe you can get through to him. I've tried, but he doesn't care about contributing to the colony or being popular or earning kudos or anything important. What do you contribute, Mars? Mars laughs and puts her hand on her hips. I contribute plenty and you know it, Selene. People need someone to tell them what to do, don't they? You are 10 years old! They don't need you to tell them what to do! Children. Don't really feel like playing today. I want more collectible. If I can gift it to people. We're close on toughness to be able to go out into the wild. I don't think anybody else has anything I can do. Oh, you found me. I'm gonna work with my parents so I get that 20 toughness so I can fucking go out. Get to work. You worked well this month, +1 toughness. -3 stress. I need to fix that. I don't love that I'm not rebellious. I'm not smart though, so maybe it's best if I'm not rebellious. I can go out now. I got 21. No one has anything for me to do? And there's no collectibles around for me? Oh man. I'm gonna have to go out. Hi, Tonin. I'm tough enough. Well, so you are, Uncle Tonin replies, his voice heavy as he looks at you with pride. You're growing up, aren't you? He nods and pats you on the shoulder, and you know he's thinking of Tammy. Listen, I can tell you're a tough cookie, and I'd love to have you on my surveyor team in the future. But you'll have to wait a few more years first. Come see me when you're older, okay, kiddo? Dejected, you drag your feet as you walk away back through the gates to safety. Psst. Psst. What's that? You look around questioningly. Psst. It's Diz. He's hiding behind some bushes? That's so typical. He puts a finger to his lips and motions for you to follow him. Sure, you figure, why not? He leads you silently along the walls towards the garrison, then crouches down in the bushes between the sports ball field and the security pavilion to fiddle with something. Suddenly, he's gone. What? You check to make sure nobody else noticed, and then scuttle over to where you last saw him. Behind some popflower bushes, there's a drainage pipe in the wall big enough to crawl through. A heavy grate keeps animals out, but it's loose. You could slide it aside to get through. You could sneak out. If the adults won't let you visit the Valley of Vertigo or the Subaqueous Swamp or other cool places surveyors get to go, well, you could sneak out through here to explore just outside the colony walls. If Diz does it, how dangerous could it be? Probably very dangerous, I imagine. I don't really want to do that. But I'm gonna at least once. What's the worst that happens? Hey, Diz. Slip through the drain pipe and out of the colony. Events in this area can be done in any order. They won't cause time to pass, but will increase your stress. Return home via the Expedition Depot flag or the home button at the top left of your screen. Watch for collectible items you can bring back as gifts. Events respawn at the beginning of each year, and new collectibles have a chance to appear every season. Anyone that is except for a dark form watching you by the trees nearby. Could that be Diz? He turns and disappears into the jungle. What's his name? You scramble after him. This kid is fast. You quickly lose sight of Diz and can't find his trail again, but you do learn something by trying. Oh, this guy! Hello. Your way is blocked by a strange, small creature with 1 foot and 4 large eyes, 2 of which blink sideways on top of its head like frog eyes. Oh, this must be a hop eye. When it starts flailing around like there was something wrong with it, even though it was fine a second ago, it keeps pausing to look at you, then goes back to flailing. What does it steal? I don't think I'm good at animals. we should be able to do this. Victorious. +1 animals. You stop trying to get past and just listen. Oh, you can hear little squeaking noises nearby. It's probably warning you away from its nest. You carefully avoid the nest while speaking in soothing tones. The agitated little guardian titters warnings at you, but eventually lets you by. I'm looking for collectibles. Oh, no, no, no. There's something. Blue bobber fruit. There's so many things to do out here. You leave the path and sneak up through a strand of mush trees to one of the little sawmills dotting this area. It's a small but busy operation, 3 people feeding mush tree logs into some kind of machine, while a 4th one directs a 4-legged robot with a plasma saw mounted to the front. You stay out of sight and watch how they do it. When one tree crashes down, it almost seems like the others are wincing. Probably just your imagination, though. They aren't planting new ones or leaving any behind. You know the mush trees regrow every year, but can they still regrow when you cut down everything like this? Even the smaller trees and bushes are getting ground up for mulch, while a scary big grinder that sounds like a roaring bear. The entire process makes you uneasy, but also proud of how industrious your colony is. Probably don't want to talk to him. He'd kill me. I don't have much bravery. I'm gonna do it. That's 13. Final round. Yeah. Best score, 16 out of 16. Nice. Yeah, it's just alien crickets. Phew, they're so tiny, but there are millions of them. They look like little blades of grass and rub their sides against stuff to make that shoo 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 noise. You tuck your pant legs into your boots and continue on your way. Hike it up. Leave your pack at the base so you'll be later on your feet. The view from the top is spectacular. You can see all the way down the colony walls in one direction and down to a little sawmill in the other. Then you spot it, the rock. It's practically teetering there. Oh, let's do it. There comes a time in every childhood that one must take the life by the horns and just push the rock. You shove it hard with all your might, digging your toes into the hard ground and leaning in. The rock starts to slide, and suddenly it's off with a satisfying lurch, catapulting down the hill, rolling faster and faster, crashing into the bushes, and oh damn, your pack. The rock just rolled right over it. You make your way back down. Oh, I have to go home now. I shouldn't have pushed the rock. It was worth it, though. Follow stream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals, if you even need to call it morning. They've named it glow season because everything is, like, glowing out there in the dark. I am staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point of going out if you can't see anything? Nah, it looks cool. You peek out the window. The wormhole is the biggest you've ever seen it, like a massive fiery ring in the sky. The planet must be very close to it now. And out in the jungle, something new is taking place. The plants are flowering, glowing iridescent blooms, and everything is full of life. There are strange new sounds, long hooting calls and gurgling roars. After Mars's message is a notice from the council warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tammy's dad and the other surveyors have been called back, and the gates closed for the month. There's tension in the air, as if everyone is waiting for something. Oh. Want to go train together? On your way to the sports ball pitch, Anemone tells the story about about the time her brother Calm spiked the ball so hard that it broke Utopia's nose back when she used to play sports ball too. She describes it in glory detail. But don't go easy on me, Anemone says. That's why we have med beds, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar. Right. I'm going to school. As you walk away and are just out of earshot, you hear her mumble, "Stars, it is beautiful, though." Feels different. Don't know how, just feels different. My other buddy not out here? I'm looking for... Ooh. I know who would like that. I need to rest this week anyway, or this month anyways. You nestle in the cushions, close your eyes, and listen to the music. You have an archive of over 100 years of music to choose from, but still, you wonder what new songs they're writing these days, 10 million light years away on Earth. The only new music you've heard is when the adults have come up with a new space shanty. It's nice, good music for harmonizing with your friends as you work, but it's not really something you want in your ears all the time. Relaxing. How dare you? I will never forget Tammy's care. Thank you. It's daytime when the emergency siren starts up. Well, what passes for day. It's nearly pitch black except for an eerie green twilight glow on the horizon. You look towards the gates. They're open. Wait, they shouldn't be. The alert blares out of every speaker in the colony. It's the same one you used for hull breaches and fires, and in space it meant you were supposed to go to the nearest emergency shaft and put on a spacesuit. On Vertumna, it means go to an assembly point and wait for instructions. The closest assembly point is the children's creche. Gunfire. Is the colony under attack? Help fight! You'll try your best to be brave and fight back. Gain status heroic. Let's go. First, you dodge some helpful grown-ups who point you back towards the creche. Then you get outside to grab your bearings. I'm good at geoponics. Your parents are defending the greenhouse from a pack of knee-high creatures which seem to have eyes growing all over their bodies. Their oily flesh ripples with a constant, subtle motion of as the individual eyes blink one at a time incessantly. Cal is standing nearby. Wide-eyed, he picks up the shovel and moves beside you, reluctantly holding the shovel in front of him like a weapon. Easy, doggies, he whispers. We don't want to hurt you. I'm gonna figure out what it wants. This creature is scared of you. To Cal's amazement, you crouch down and try to look less threatening and choose 2 eyes at random to look into to communicate with. You start to reach up, but the creature is trembling. Staring straight into its eyes has made it even more frightened, but before it pounces, uh-oh! That's 5. I think max we could do would be 11, which we should do. It was a 2? No, it was a 0. Oh, only for neighboring, those cards. So we could do that. Oh, I see. 0, 1, 2, 5, 0. $19. Let's win. Victorious. +2 combat. You killed it. With nothing but a rake thrust deep into several of the creature's many eyes. The rest of the pack scampers off the moment it falls. You never killed anything before. The body of the creature that was so terrifying a minute ago now looks strangely small and harmless. All of its eyes is closed for good now. Cal crouches beside it in shock. I told you to run, Solane. Uh-oh. Your mom looks furious that you put yourself in danger. She storms over and you think she's gonna slap you. Then she suddenly pulls you into her arms and hugs you. She keeps rocking you and saying, my baby, over and over. It's pretty surreal. Almost as weird as the dog things with the eyes, to be honest. After 2 eyes of darkness and the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. The council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species no one had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed this time. I protected my friend. Okay. The game will end when you reach age 20, so you should spend a few times. Start age 11. $18, $12, $10, $12, $9. I got a lot of toughness. I managed to get all that shit up. Okay, so it's snow season again. Hi, Miss Ma'am. I found something for you. +2. She likes crystal clusters. At the right angle, I can see my face in it. Beautiful. I knew she was gonna like that. Cal, I have an eggplant for you. Cal is scrubbing his hands at the water barrel, trying unsuccessfully to get the dirt out from under his fingernails. It's a lost cause, since Cal's hands have been dirt-stained, probably since you landed here. Stupid, Cal mutters. Stupid, ah! He jerks his hands out of the water and holds them to his face, and you hear him sob. Why did they have to... It's not fair. We didn't do anything to them. He wipes his eyes and startles when he sees you. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, he says. I was just, washing my hands. Hey, you want this? Food! Cal grabs the fruit out of your hands and then remembers his manners. He gives you a big hug. Thanks, Solane. I'm starving. How did you know? I can talk to you again. Hold this to your head now, my darling, you hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them as you approach. Hey, Solane. Don't worry. Recalcitrance just took a tumble off of something he shouldn't have been climbing. Mom, Cal complains. It wasn't that bad. You gonna be okay? I'm okay, Cal reassures. I just bonked my head a little. Mom always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile, even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tira says, stroking his hair. Thank you for humoring me. Don't let him show off for you, Selene. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protests, Cal closes his eyes in happiness. He really loves his mom. Ooh. Is there any new collectibles? Oh, there's one. Medicinal roots. Sit down with him. He sits uncomfortably as you sit, but doesn't say anything. You both just hang out, saying nothing and doing nothing. You stare at the big gates. The grass in the colony is trimmed short by garden bots, but out there it's wild and as high as your waist. Head surveyor Tonin is prepping his equipment for an outing. He's bringing a lot. Maybe he's gonna stay overnight. You're starting to wonder if Dis will ever acknowledge you when he says, I've gotta go. As he starts down the hill, he pauses and says, this is a good spot. I'll probably come back here tomorrow. Oops, accidental friends with Diz. Anemone holds her palms up to you excitedly. Selene, look! Her palms are covered with a collection of scrapes and blue flaky scales. I'm getting tougher every day. No, I don't want to go out there. You again? Why do you keep pestering me? It's not as if you've done anything to impress upon me your usefulness. At your blank look, Tang rolls her eyes. What I mean is we're not friends. Hey, I have something for you. This is interesting, is all Tange says, taking the roots and turning them over in her hands. Her lips curl in distaste at the dirt that still clings to them. No, really, she protests when she sees the look on your face. I'm going to analyze these roots to see if they have any useful properties. They might be medicinal. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. Tangent is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter-long pole and stack it into place. She points towards them. Humans are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just jungle. Now it's civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing in biology class. The books say, it's what sets us apart from the animals. Like, we don't need fur because we make warm clothes, and if it's too hot, we can make the air conditioners instead. Also, we can sweat. Maybe the animals have neat adaptations, too. Tangent rolls her eyes at you. Maybe. But even if they do, I haven't seen any signs of intelligent life here. It's just those big, dumb xenofauna. Some animals here are smart and friendly. Tange looks skeptical. They're still animals, Selene. Maybe they're just pretending to be nice so you'll feed them. You're lucky it didn't eat you. She folds her eyes. Dorb's moth looks cute, but one can eat through a bag of rice in less than 30 minutes. Even an herbivore can be dangerous here. It doesn't have to be able to eat you to want to hurt you. Together, you watch the foreman put the blueprints for the scaffolding on the floating screen of her hollow palm and raise it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I'd like to see an alien do that, Tange says primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger on her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, she says. All of us are, really, with our genetic enhancements. We're the next step in humanity's evolution from the great ape to galactic superspecies. Okay. If you say so. I wanna... Can I train? I'm gonna sneak out. I shouldn't. I am already high on stress. I should do that when I have 0 stress to start. I'll play sports ball. Mars may not be a skilled sports ball player as Anemone, but she plays hard. She orders people around like a team captain, but she isn't so great at passing the ball. She'd rather be the star. Her favorite thing is to spike the ball right into the opposing net stop's body. It's not a legal move, but she's done it so many times that the opposition now stands further back when Mars has the ball, which is exactly what she wants. Did you see that? Anemone complains to you during the break. Mars wouldn't pass the ball to either of us for 10 whole minutes. Someone has to do something. Let's just not pass her the ball. For the rest of the game, you and Anemone pass to each other and ignore Mars. She notices, but just assumes you want to be the star too and doesn't give you any hassle. The thing that you've learned with Mars is that she loves to be the best, but she doesn't have that kind of ego that makes her mean about it. It doesn't really solve the problem, but it's kind of fun anyways. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Nice. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. Security squads are now training new members to keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony gets attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with the enthusiastic shouts of surprise! A Vertumnan year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendars for birthdays. Yours is in the second month of quiet. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up to sit on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish, like a magic trick. It looks like a blue bobber fruit, which you found growing nearby. Bobber fruit, your dad confirms. The foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty, don't you think? Where am I at? 68. Okay. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find? So Lane is not allowed outside of the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack, not with everything we know is out there now. I helped. I was a hero. Don't even start, your mom snaps. You should have been in the creche with the others, not putting yourself in danger for no reason. You don't get it. You know your mom wasn't a farmer back on Earth. She was a fighter, too. Such a hypocrite. Even still, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if this ever happens again. Whoop. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rhett is offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know, even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop by sometime. There we go. That's what I needed. Your mom gives you a stern look, and I know your friend Diz has been sneaking outside the walls, grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm gonna put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. I'll do what I want.
Well.
The argument does not win you any favors with your mother. I've already gone outside the walls, so... I should talk to everyone first, but I want to see what it does. +2 combat, +1 animals. What are you doing?
Your turner's hitting like 700 already.
Ah. I guess it is tangy. Tang.
Yeah, he's got at least a hit in every game.
Dude, I thought we were friends. Don't we literally have, like, actual friendship? Well, we have 12, but... it's good enough. People are so mean to me. They're all like, we're not friends. Yeah, my only real friend, the one I chose to be my friends.
I wonder if they still can say what I think they can say.
She died immediately. Like, three fucking months in. I was so mad. It's not fair.
There's gonna be so many steals this year, Tanner. She had opening day. They were like 21 for 23.
You attend your first session of Security Chief Rhett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, but it's security officers and other adults. This looks like a cute game. Oh, it's been fantastic. At PAX, our neighboring booth was Finji, the developers of this game, and also Night in the Woods. And Tunic. Hold on. I just noticed something. My
JT.
heart rate monitor is messed up. Yeah, they were fantastic as far as booth neighbors go, and actually very kindly gifted me a code for the game, so I've been enjoying. I enjoyed the beta at PAX, and then here I am playing the actual game. I didn't play much of the beta. I don't know why this is not working. This is upsetting me. Come on, do it. There we go. It's a small class, most of the security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. So the way it works, you land on an exoplanet when you are 10 years old. And then every year has 13 months. You get to pick one activity to do a month. You get stress. You have loyalty or rebellion. This is your money. And then you have 10 years, so 130 months in theory to build up all these skills on the side. But there's not really a way to like max out everything. You kind of got to pick. I'm going for mostly the social and the tough. I figure I'll have someone else be the brains. I don't need that. I don't need to care about that. Me right here, me right now, I'm gonna be social and I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be stupid though. That's how it's gotta go. You could be walking along, thinking you're safe within the walls, and then a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rhett chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna chop the beast right in the throat. Hiya! He points at the assembled class. A social himbo. Got it. Precisely. Fantastic. Fantastic that you understand. I'm very nice. I have a lot of empathy. Which is great. I'm also very tough. He points at the assembled class, but only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. I want to do it. +1 bravery. The security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Rhett is like the biggest adult you know, and he's so intense. You step forward and Rhett nods as he crouches down. Okay, I'm a manticore, stalking you through the forest. What do? I'll run away. There's a smattering of laughter among the other students, but you have to live out your truth. If you see a manticore, you are out. Rhett doesn't laugh. That's correct, he says proudly. Only engage with the enemy when there's... So if anyone pisses off a friend, you'll feel bad for them and beat the shit out of whoever made them sad? Precisely. Except for... like, literally 3 months into the game. We are now over a full year into the game, but 3 months in, they killed my childhood best friend. This was who I chose to be my childhood best friend, and she died 3 months into the game. And I almost cried. It was a whole moment. I was like, oh my god. Is that preventable? Did I fuck up somehow within the first 3 months to make an irreversible decision that caused her to die? Does she always die? I don't know. There are 29 endings to this game. I don't know if there was a way to stop that. And I won't until I finish my first playthrough at least. Yeah, you missed that. Everyone else is cool too. This is Tangent. This is Anemone, who is one of my better friends. Skill issue, your best friend got shocked. She got thrown across the room, apparently, by something that wasn't supposed to be broken.
Did you clear it out with your mom, or she's just like, oh, I don't care?
Yeah.
Oh, that works.
This is... You did read shocked.
That's crazy.
Killed by an electric shock. But, like, it was an electric piece of equipment that was broken, and she was, like, just fucking thrown. This is Diz, who is Tangent's twin. Mars, I love Mars's design so much. I wanna dress like that. Look at that fucking jacket. That is cool as hell. This is my mom. She's cool. Yeah, so actually, this game is fantastic. It has all the content warnings in the game. It gives you warnings, heads up about like when they happen, if it's something that's like avoidable. Sometimes you can just skip them entirely. I'll do drugs and alcohol because it's not like super spoilerly. Characters are seen drinking alcohol and consuming mild hallucinogenics. Some may be under the age, but they are legally able to do so where you live. Your character may be offered substances, accepting them is optional. In the barista job route, your character sometimes serves alcohol. So it's very much like, this is what happens. You as a character never have to consume anything. It will never be forced onto you as a player. You always say no. I don't want to click on this one because if there's any other characters dying, I don't want the spoilers. Because I know at least one of them died. And also, hold on. With the character, I don't know if I can change it. When you were setting up the thing, you can choose if you want your character to use she, her, he, him, or they, them pronouns. You can also completely customize every single like gendered term the game uses to describe you. And you can decide if you want to use she, her pronouns, but when you're an adult, have a masculine presenting character. That's also an option. There's a slider option for masculine presenting, androgynous, or female presenting character when you're an adult. It's fantastic. No, for real. And I think there's also a whole bunch of settings with like bigger menus if you have issues with like sight. Just a bunch of stuff to make it what's the right word I'm looking for? Accessible. They did a really good job. I do kind of wish the game was voiced, but I understand why they didn't. It costs a lot of money to have a game be fully voiced. It's also a lot of work. I don't blame them at all. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't many weapons in the colony, mostly stun guns and batons, with a few plas rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. And then the whole thing has these, and you can actually skip these if you want to. Like, you can have the game not do them. Yeah, it definitely does give people the chance to do fan dubs. I think this is the best route I can do.
Did you know it was happening as soon as he checking it out?
I've been just reading out everything. Definitely making my voice tired, though. So then you get skills. So I got +4 combat, +2 animals, and +12 stress, -3 because I have comp temperament. So I get less stress than I normally would. I killed a monster when our thing got attacked. So I have +1 to all physical skills increases for 3 months.
Until the end, like, literally for 10 minutes.
So instead of +1 animal, I got +2. I got +2 combat, just as normal, and then +1 from winning the challenge and +1 from heroic status. And I became better friends with Anemone. Her brother is named something stupid. His name is Com, K-O-M, and it's short for kombucha.
He's not that bad, though. He's a good 5.
I hate it.
5, 4, yeah.
It's short for kombucha. I don't hate her name. I hate his, though.
He could have a good day. Well, he could have a good day.
I want more collectibles. Hello, father. You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you, looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge would help recharge those solar cells. What do you say? That's like the kids who name their kids A, B, C, D, E, F. How is that supposed to be pronounced as a name? That's a interesting name. I think this is gonna have to do with loyalty. And I want to be rebellious. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Hell yeah, I was right. Your dad laughs at your audacity, but then he sighs and shakes his head. The buzzberry did not fall far from the vine, he says. You and your mom are the same. Just promise me you'll take a break before it gets to that point, okay? No. Abe Sedef. It sounds like it's almost an actual name that they've just chosen to butcher somehow.
See, we're up in the zone. That's a meatball.
Oh, I want to do. I want to get better at this. At probably perception, but combat would be good too. So maybe I should just do this again. You need toughness 20 or greater. Part of self-defense is training your body so that it can be ready for any situation. The security chief has you running laps, jumping through tires, climbing walls, and sprinting back and forth. He has this inverted anti-gravity pad that makes your limbs feel super heavy. When you do jumping jacks on it and then do them again in normal gravity, it feels like you could jump straight back up through the wormhole. It's exhausting, but not that different from sports ball training. This is a breeze, because I'm really tough. Maximum toughness. And I get +2 toughness. There we go. Working those muscles. This is great. It feels good that Rhett actually challenges your body and encourages you to achieve peak condition. Oh, here we go. I gotta get 15?
This is basically like Royal Rumble.
Oh, God.
What is this? Is this Royal Rumble, but everyone starts in the middle?
There we go. I did it.
Battle Royale. This happened last week.
It's the same no matter which one I do.
Now, who's that?
I'm gonna win.
Thick boy.
+1 kudos from best possible score. +5 combat, +2 animals, +13 stress.
Damn,
Am I at max yet? Not yet. It is now, no. Birthday is the early dusk, so I still have time. This almost seems like it'd be a fun board game. I bet you this would be a fun board game adaptation. A co-op board game where you all do like your own thing. There's actually a game that I really love that is very similar to this, I would say. Called The Yogg. And it's fantastic. I need to find something to give this. Yes, it's 4 players. It's similar to this in the idea that you go around, do a bunch of things to get your skills up, and then a disaster hits and you have to... Your skills impact how the game ends. It's a lot of fun. And it's kind of like a virtual board game. It guides you through your turn so you can't like miss things that you're supposed to do. Which is nice, you know, I appreciate it. I don't know who to give this mushwood log to, I guess. Cal is kneeling in the dirt, carefully planting pieces of potato. When I was a kid, I thought everything grew from chopped up pieces of bigger things. I mean, that's how it works for potatoes and onions. He sits back on his heels, a funny look on his face. I guess I must have never thought about how babies are made, huh? I'm gonna give you this. Oh, just one. Neat, Cal exclaims, taking your gift and peering at it inquisitively. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I love it. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
Did a hit and run, he would've been a third.
Does this interest you? I give you food. Thank you. I'll find something to do with it. Aw, you fucker. You're not gonna appreciate it. Give it back. I'm really close to being on max stress, which is actually good. I'll do something this month. I will rest next month when I'm at 100. Hopefully nothing stressful happens during the rest month. And then I can go out and explore in the expedition thing. So, pick something to do. I want more toughness. I think I want to do combat, because if I go back outside over here,
But he's also,
it's like a whole thing.
he also sang the shit out of Ballsy first, though.
Like, I don't want to die, so
I just meant, like,
become big beef boy, precisely. I'm gonna defense training. What's this one do, though? 2 bravery. Bravery might also be helpful.
I think they just put him in third because it was the only position open. Where the fuck? Nobody's getting anywhere else.
I'm gonna do combat, though. You run into Cal and Anemone on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's a caber toss, Anemone shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long bush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts, and ties a piece of caution tape to the end of the pole. Your turn next.
Yeah, it's been
Look, point to a stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they're probably destined to be a new lookout tower someday. Choose a heavy one. It's gonna be hard, uh-oh. Challenge mode. Wee-oh, wee-oh. Cal makes a noise like a siren. He shouts down to Anemone. So Lane's throwing a big one, so you better get out of the landing zone. The pole isn't actually that heavy, but its length makes it hard to balance. You struggle to get underneath it with your knees bent. This thing's gonna be tough. Come on, we got this. Oh, boy. Okay, so I managed to do it. Barely. Hell yeah. 5 kudos if total equals the goal. I don't think I can get it to equal the goal. But I can win. -1 stress. The pole sails down the hill. I get +1 toughness for that too. Past all the other poles, coming to a rest, sticking out of the ground. Wow, you beat my best distance, Anemone says when she jogs back up. Players can't beat each other in Mushwood Toss, Cal corrects her. They can only beat their own high scores, but you get 2, no, 3 bonus points if it sticks out of the ground like that. You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire stack of poles are in a jumble at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. There we go. And now we're at max stress.
Danny was just like, is he gonna punt him?
Can I talk to anybody? I know I need time off. Game is like, we are going to actually kill you. Sleep, please. Hey, Tangent. Wow. Tangent hates me. Doesn't want to be my friend. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of the school and work. Not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. I'll approach them. I think I need socialization, some friendship. Okay, but you do stink, you hear Mars defending herself. It's not my fault that you can't tell. Maybe your nose stopped working, but the rest of us can smell it and... I'm not gonna be a bully. She waves her hand in front of her nose and makes a PU gesture and then turns to you. He smells awful, right, Soleil? Stop being so mean, Mars. Literally, fuck off. You stand toe-to-toe with Mars. She glares at you, then Diz. Ugh, fine, she says, defeated. I'm sorry, Diz. I'm just trying to help, but I guess I should have said it in a nicer way. Not everyone in life is gonna tell you the truth, you know. What a bitch. I know she's 11 years old, but... I want to keep those. Thank you. You're finishing breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Look at you eating cereal, she says, turning up her nose at you. I'll bet you don't even know what day it is today. Your birthday? No, you dummy. My birthday is the first month of wet season. You should better remember that. I'm not. Today is St. Valentine's Day. Diz and Cal walk over to hear more. Back on Earth, it was a gift where everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow, and it makes you dream about who you're gonna marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Diz snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back. Well, nobody's gonna pick you anyway. You stink. I know who my best friend will be. Mars bats her eyes jokingly. Oh, really? Who could it be? She asks playfully. I'm gonna tell the other kids all about it. So you better go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by end of the day, or else it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, he adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulders and laughs.
Is he as good defensively as Sosa?
What's up, Tange? I have to find someone to be my best friend. Well, it's gonna be Cal, I think. Because I have the highest friendship with him.
He's hit really
We're trauma bonded.
I don't think he's as good as a hitter.
Cal is standing on top of a bluff, carefully pouring a bucket of water down the dirt on one side. He's covered in mud. Hey, check out my mudslide, he exclaims. He grabs a piece of sheet metal and slides down the dirt pile like he's riding a surfboard. Trauma bond, let's go. So my best friend was his, like, childhood crush. And she died, and now we're trauma bonded for life. And I feel weird. I don't want to date him. But I want to be best friends with him. I mean, obviously I don't want to date him. Trauma bond. That would be fucked up. Also, it'd be fucked up of me to, like, steal my best friend's childhood crush. Even though she's no longer alive. He jogs back up and hands you the sheet of metal. You try now. Okay. Wanna be best friends forever? I guess so. I lost my old best friend, so yeah. Okay, wanna try the mudslide again? You spend another hour on the mudslide until you're both thoroughly covered from head to toe. You couldn't be happier. See? That shit's sad. This game is like, you want me to make you cry? Not really. Hi, Dad. You meet your dad adjusting a watering bot in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes ruddy and red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill on the stratospheric, except for when the zero-G rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it had nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them, and they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose loudly. Sniff the flowers. They do smell good, and they look harmless. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Soleil, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time to relax and stick around in the quarters ring. Yeah, but I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna explore. Mars is in a huff. Ah, because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day? Seems like nobody picked her. Why did I lose friendship for not picking her? She crosses her arms and scowls at you. You just felt sorry for Cal, didn't you? Look, we all miss Tammy, okay? Whatever, Mars mutters, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. This is so fucked up of her. I thought she was cool, and now I kind of hate her. Alright, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna sneak out.
Also good to have people that pop in.
Log. I'm gonna go up here, I think, because there's gonna be stuff up here. Oh, can I not go up here? This planet is full of all sorts of bugs. Little wrigglers, hopping beetles, shiny creepers, and snaily things. Oh my. You crouch in the long grasses and explore a square meter in great detail. There's so much to see. You don't even know what any of these things are. They might not even have names yet. Touch one. Ew, you touched it. Got an egg, which is fantastic because that's one of the likes of Anemone, and it's her birthday, literally next month. Practice spitting seeds. +1 combat. You take the challenge seriously, lining up targets and keeping score. Your aim improves. More log. You spot Diz in a clearing, but not before he sees you. Instead of sneaking away as usual, he stays still as you approach, like it's totally natural that he'd be sitting in the middle of the jungle, so far away from the colony walls. Now that you think about it, you're glad to see him. You are so far away that you can't see the walls anymore, and it's really weird out here, and it's getting late. Diz stares unblinking as you approach. Hi, Soleil, is all he says. Your sister is worried about you. He rolls his eyes and huffs. Tangent, he replies incredulously. I doubt it. She only worries about her schoolwork. She doesn't really care. How about I show you something cool, and sneaking out will be our secret, okay? Just a few minutes away, the ground drops over a large stone outcropping just over the cliff face. Diz walks straight to the edge without slowing. It's a long way down. Come on. I'll try to be brave. And then we have a final round.
I feel like we just got dingered so much. That wouldn't be a home run in our park. Apparently it's pretty too. What's that?
+1 bravery.
Really.
-30 stress, +1 perception, gained memory, and +2 friendship with Diz. I have 0 stress now because of that -30. Fantastic. You bravely step out onto the rock and walk out to the edge with Diz. You both sit, feet dangling over the precipice, and look out at the... Oh my god!
Lex.
Yes, Adam? Thank you so much for the resub, Adam. Hello. Dino Nuggies were screaming at you from the oven. The onion. Okay. I'm glad your Dino Nuggies are okay. Hopefully they're not burnt from the oven. Adam, what the fuck? Thank you so much. How are we? We're fantastic. I'm playing a cute little game. I'm making friends with some of these cool characters. One of my best friends died. So that was sad. I was like 10 years old. You're just the chillest, most easygoing person. I'm playing a cute little text-based game. They're okay, just a tiny bit crunchy, which might be better. Yeah, honestly. Sad face? I know, right? She died. I didn't expect it at all. It was fucked up. I don't know what this is. No, I'm not going out there. I didn't mean to go home. Whatever. Uh-oh. I hop out of the pipe and straight into the barrel chest of Chief Surveyor Tonin. Well, 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 he says, and tries to put in the sternest look. It fails. We've been wondering where you disappeared to, Solane. I sent Utopia out with some survey drones to look for you hours ago. We're gonna stay here for a second while this all goes through. Adam, thank you so much. What the fuck? Look at this. Look how many fucking... You come in here, you drop money at me. Thank you. That one vine, Adam. Adam, I've been away too long? Yeah, how are you? I asked, I think, when you first came in. Oh, I'm kicking my tripod. I moved my webcam to a tripod behind my desk instead of sitting on my monitor because I was like, oh, I'll move it less and it'll just, like, sit there. For real. Thank you so much, Adam.
Is that when you get 10? Oh, what a bitch.
I'm gonna say, yeah, whatever. I'm rebellious. And now it's early dusk, which is this chick's birthday. I'm gonna give you this. Cool, thanks. I guess it is my birthday this week. I kind of forgot. Now you have something to say. Working towards getting out of the Air Force, been busy and not super great work-wise. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope everything goes alright with, like, getting out of the Air Force. I don't know how any of that goes. I'm just a civilian. That's the right word, right? Moving back to Cali in the fall. Ooh. Do you like Cali? I've never been further west than Michigan, personally, I think. I'd like to someday, at some point, visit other places. You and Anemone are playing in the garrison yard with sticks, chasing each other around and pretending to be sword fighting. The adults training nearby are patient with you as long as you don't get near the target dummies, but sometimes you stray too close. Watch out, Annie, one of the security personnel calls out as Anemone bumps into her. You kids stay behind the fences, okay? Gotta get out of Washington, this place is killing my vibes. Lexi for TwitchCon 2023, we've discussed it. I don't think it's happening this year. I do want to go to Las Vegas anyways, so it would be a good excuse, but we just have other shit going on. PAX was doable because, like, we had a booth. Like, we were exhibitors and working.
It didn't have that much help. I think they're like.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Continue crying about it, and maybe I can use your guys' emotional pain to, swing someone one way or the other. PAX West is always fun. Never been to PAX West. I was just at PAX East. I don't know. I don't think anyone else in the group would want to go that far for a convention, because we have to, like, drive. We had to drive 6 hours to Boston for PAX East. It's kind of a bitch. It's Anemone, she retorts as you both retreat to a safe distance. She does not like Annie as a nickname. Anemone throws her stick to the ground and pouts. Just because everyone else shortens their name, it doesn't mean I have to do it. I like being Anemone, but having a nickname is kind of cool and mysterious. Like having a call sign, you know? What would you call me? How do you feel about Nem? Nem tilts her head. Huh, never heard that one before. She mimes swinging her sword a few times. Nem, Nem. I like it. Short and punchy, just like me. It's kind of like I'm a venturer from a story. Nem picks up her discarded stick. Now, she says, brandishing it at you, prepare to be defeated by the mighty Nem. We spend the next hour sparring with Nem in the yard. Oh, and now it's just changed the name.
Yeah, I mean, there's other
You tell Tangent you know where Dis has been going. You tell her he's been sneaking out to explore the jungle, not far away, but outside the walls. Tange looks concerned. Really? She says, wringing her hands. Is he safe? Probably not.
Yeah, when it gets his spellcaster, they're really helpful.
I'd rather be friends with Tangent, though.
I gotta.
She gives you a pained look of frustration. Thank you for being honest, I guess, she replies. Yeah. That kid's probably gonna get himself killed, but, can't do anything about it.
So yesterday.
Who wants the fucking logs? Did I give you a log?
No way.
Oh, I did not. Do you want a log? Oh, nope. You did not like the log. I think I have given that to him before. Maybe no one likes the logs. Alright. We gotta get some of that frickin' creativity and persuasion up.
Damn.
There's some sort of emergency in engineering that will require Hal's attention, so today's class will be taught by the ship's artificial intelligence Congruence. Good morning, Congruence chirps. Today we're going to talk about the formation of the Vertumna group and our decision to leave Earth. It's a very exciting topic, and we think you're finally ready to hear about it. Let's dig in. Look how cute the ship's AI is. Look at this. Magical.
Yeah.
Also, the little camera has, like, kitty ears, and, like, someone stuck stickers all over it.
I like him second, because Trey will probably.
This is what all AIs in every single, like, sci-fi should look like. Hi, Revenant. Howdy, howdy.
Very annoying top of the line.
You know how it started. Economic and environmental instability, coupled with deeply entrenched hatreds. Ooh, woo! Coupled with deeply entrenched hatreds, had thrown Earth into chaos. And you know how it ended. In that chaos, your parents formed the Vertumna group with a plan to leave Earth. 20 years later, and their star-born children, you, slid through a wormhole and ended up here, on a planet you call Vertumna. But there's so much you don't know. Congruence pulls up a hollow projection of an unassuming human with a firm maternal gaze. This is Planktonic Ascendant's Wang Botha Schmidt, she says, the spiritual leader of the Vertumna movement. They were what people called a speculative fiction writer. The Vertumna Project proved their writing though speculative, was far from fiction. That was one long-ass name. Is that the entire name? Planktonic Ascendant's Wang Botha Schmidt? Wild. Wait, a sci-fi author? Yes, Congruence tells you. Their best-selling novel, Life Beyond the Einstein-Rosen Bridge, told the story of a fictional utopia on the other side of the real-life anomaly at the edge of the solar system. Scientists have been investigating the wormhole for years, but it took a poet to imagine we could travel through it. Say that 5 times fast? No. I don't wanna. Wang Botha-Schmidt's writings centered around the idea of humanity building a technological utopia on another world. Translated to 100 languages, this was a compelling idea to people at the time, so fans started connecting in vert space. Far from just a book club, these people bonded over mutual aid amid the increasing unrest in their own countries. They were committed to Wang Botha-Schmidt's idea of a future where everyone is treated equally without prejudice. But they realized it couldn't be done online, congruence told you. Though committed to social justice, the group saw the impossibility of forming a true egalitarian society, while also reckoning with their own implicit biases and the diverse context of their real lives. They realized this was the work of generations, and the solutions must look to the future, as Wang Botha-Schmidt did. So they got together. The image of a squat concrete building with a rooftop garden replaces Wang Botha-Schmidt. Around the edges of the classroom, the holo projector gives the impression of towering walls with topped with razor wire. The first Vertumna colony, congruence tells you, 400 people volunteered to sacrifice their own cultural beliefs to walk through these doors, agreeing to come up with a new way of life that would be taught to their children. Babies were conceived from eggs and sperm donors chosen by lottery and raised communally like you as the second generation of the Vertumna group. Those babies were your parents. So they mixed their cultures. Oh my god, you're just gonna do everything? You're like, I've been away for too long. Here's everything at once.
That's what I've been kind of doing. I started following. I just wanted to get. You can't do anything till you get like 70 units. You can't win a fight unless you have like.
Oh, you're talking a lot. Let's get some drink. I've been talking for nearly 3 hours straight. This isn't a game that I can just. Oh, see, I kicked it again. This isn't a game I can just tune out and like not read or talk because like I gotta read it. I committed to reading everything. The holo projection now shows the compound under siege. As more colonies were founded, word got out about the Vertumna group's social experiments. Congruence continues. Assimilation was an unpopular ideology. Hydrate them cords. I haven't been doing it enough. I'll tell you that. I know it. Go away.
My doctor's pretty high level.
Assimilation was an unpopular ideology at the time because it had been used to commit terrible genocides on Earth. This, combined with the panic that Vertumna group was destroying the family unit or raising an army of Gen-Tech super soldiers, brought the colony under attack from all sides. Cultural assimilation is horrible. In leaving behind inherited traditions, rules, and resentments, the hope is that humanity may be wiped clean of centuries of intergenerational trauma. Congruence sounds like she's reciting doctrine. Even the first generation of Vertumna group wasn't certain it was possible. You're the beginning of a new beginning. Who knows what you'll be capable of? You get the feeling you're not going to be able to get a nuanced ship from the AI. You get the feeling you're not going to get a nuanced answer from the ship's AI. I just skipped words there. The image of a burning compound is replaced with the stratospheric on a launch pad. Luckily, the next phase of Vertumna project was ready to launch. 100 colonists were selected to leave Earth on a colony ship to see a far-flung corner of the universe with new human culture. She smiles. The ultimate goal of the Vertumna group was you, children. A generation raised completely unburdened by the troubles that plagued Earth. Isn't that lovely? How did they build the ship? What was Earth like when they left? So nobody on Earth was like us. How did they build the ship? Orbital voyages were a hobby for the ultra-rich in an earlier century, so there were several relics to be found in museums. The difficulty was not in acquiring ship, but in making it spaceworthy and the logistics of the launch itself. The group crowdsourced enough funding to purchase and repair the ship. As for logistics, well, you're talking to the solution right now. I was acquired by connected group members, along with the gene tech that created you and your parents. The Stratospheric was the first manned vessel to navigate the wormhole at the edge of the solar system. Given the state of Earth was when they left it, it may have been the last. What was Earth like when they left? Terrible. Congruence shows you some dire demographics. The institutions that had given people the illusion of safety were torn down. The wars were rampant, both resource-based and ideological. Large parts of Earth were rendered uninhabitable by climate change, pollution, and nuclear war, especially the critical food-growing regions of the world. The Vertumna groups weren't the only ones trying to escape Earth, but as far as we know, they are the only success. Wild. This game got a little dark a little quick. The Vertumna group, I mean, a character did die 3 months into the game, I guess, so it's not like it got dark now. It's been a little dark. But you know. The Vertumna group members have a unique culture, Congruence replies, but it's formed from a combination of many heritages on Earth. Even the language you speak, Esperanto, was invented to bring people together. And don't worry, Congruence exclaims. You brought your best heritage with you. You're humans. So much information.
See, I play.
Your head is so stuffed with ideas it might burst. Professor Hal and your parents never mentioned this stuff before. They waited to tell you, because they wanted you to grow up without feeling different based on your genetic makeup or family history. It's hard to imagine having a different culture than your neighbors. You wonder what it's like. Everyone celebrating different holidays, eating different foods, speaking different languages. Are you missing out, or are you better without it, like the original colonists believed? It's hard to say, as the decision was made for you long before you were born. All you can do is be the best Selene you can be. Oh my god. Adam. Adam. I can't see anything. Adam. Okay, we can see me again. Okay, and I'm gonna have to wait until it comes up, but thank you so much for the follow, by the way. The person that followed after the 10 gifted subs. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining us. It'll get to your alert in a second, I promise you. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to stream, Hapabara. It's like capybara. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce it. Sorry if I'm wrong. Feel free to correct me. It's so loud. And welcome back, Moonjaws. Yeah, Adam's going crazy. Yeah, everyone say thank you, Adam. Here we go. It was so much reading. Shout out Adam. Oh, I don't think Adam is live. I can still shout him out though. I don't even know if my command is set up to work. Look, Adam did that. You have not played anything. They were playing blank. Okay, well, good to know that at least that my shout out command also works. Look at Adam. He's fantastic. We love him here. Thank you again for the follow. Thank you again for the gifted subs. Everything happened at once. I felt bad. I saw the follow come in and I was like, Adam has only tested streaming. That's all right. You know? Oh. I gotta stand up. Y'all wanna watch a magic trick? I don't know how far back I have to get to be in frame. I don't think I can be in frame. I think my camera is pointed too far down. I can try with chatting, but I think it's still pointed too far down.
Damn. 25 minutes for
Yeah, it is. But I can stand. Watch. Ready? Want to see a magic trick? If it doesn't work. Adam isn't cool enough to stream. I disagree. Adam has a lot of cool things about him. Like how good he is at video games.
Difference between being over at 9:30 and
It didn't do it. My heart rate sometimes jumps when I stand. But to be fair, it was already pretty high.
The shadow down.
Thank you for the hydrate. Alright.
ESPN.
What a year Vertumna has given us. The governor begins in her— Oh no! Get your bitch ass in here. Be visible. Can't believe it. The governor begins in her weedy voice. What does the weedy voice sound like?
Begin your pitch.
I stand before you, so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here.
What happened that much, and I don't know.
If Vertumna can sustain megafauna, that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, a second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There is a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers, did you hear? My dad says Udicott's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up? There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice-smelling soap and not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the one Mars likes. But you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need. But it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad gives me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Udicott, oh my god, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Udicott gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. The music starts up as Governor Udicott finishes. Thank you for all your hard work and perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together we build the future. Alright, which one do I want to participate in? I think I could do the bot wrestling biathlon. Nem and Cal join you for the bot wrestling biathlon. So called because COM, short for kombucha, it's a stupid name, has added a hologram obstacle course this year. Competitors will each get a turn to wrestle a hydraulic bot, trying to keep it closed for as long as possible. This time, though, all competitors will first have to sprint across the festival grounds, dodging and leaping over obstacles. Each obstacle triggered will subtract from your time. Oh boy. That one has to go there. I don't think I'm gonna get this. I get to 18. I think I can get to 18. I can push through. If I want to win anyways. Even with a +2 to a card, I don't think I can win. I can get to 20.
I think that's not a lot. I guess it is for one pitcher. Like one a game. 20 ground
Yeah.
ball, double plays. Depends on the type, because ideally you don't want to have to be like double ball.
I can make it less stressful to push through. Wow, look at you go. You do it. You didn't expect the hologram obstacles to move. The last one dances around and gets in your way when you are close, but your reflexes are fast enough to dodge it. Well, bam. Get dodged. It's +2 friendship with Anemone and +2 friendship with Cal. Nice. This is Kombucha. This is Kombucha the man. Look at this man. His name is Kombucha. Who names their kid Kombucha? Even Nem has to begrudgingly accept that you beat her fair and square. She shakes your hand and tells you she'll win next year. -50 stress. Look, it was worth it to push through. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirit, even in the thick heat of the dust. You end up on top of the western wall with Diz, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unsuspecting anemone in the sports ball court below. The wall seemed like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge if you're looking for some solitude. Oh, so now I can relax on the wall.
Nice.
Can I still go out here? I can. I'm not supposed to go out there. Technically, it's like dangerous or whatever. I don't believe him. Oh, popularity. But I should do things with social.
Maybe you should have tried to steal.
Danger is your middle name. Yeah, you're right. That's actually my legal middle name. It's Alexandria Danger. Don't ask what my last name is, it ruins it. It's not as cool. You're bringing supplies to the med bay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You've never seen Tange sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Nem. Whoa, Nem says. Ooh, Lexi Danger could be a villain anti-hero hero name. Use it? I could try. If I ever get to name a character in a video game, I'll name it Lexi Danger just for you, Adam. Whoa, Nem says. She hardly ever sleeps. Like, just a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Nem says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night for this morning's history test. There was a test? Me, I flunked it, Anemone says matter-of-factly. No biggie, though. If I didn't have to sleep, I probably would have played games instead of studying anyways. Tange's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and just looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says. No reason to gawk. Bam. I'm not the best at this. Tests are for nerds. We don't like tests. You're right. I don't know anyone's birthdays.
Brock?
I should work. Oh, I should go see what's at the shop.
Also, Sixers MVP game.
Visit the supply depot.
I might-
Oh, this shit's expensive.
This is probably like if MB goes off. If he goes for like 50, there's a good chance he still might win. And if he shuts down Giannis.
I'm gonna buy this guy.
They're kind of being an ass. Tie game though. Yeah, pretty much. It's fucking packed.
Better
Man,
persuasion.
make me mad.
I'm probably gonna get through the end of this year and then end stream. I am feeling it. All right, we're gonna work out. Oh, this is where I relax on the walls. We're gonna do this one actually. When there's no sports ball game on, the security teams who train nearby use the field to practice with long-range rifles. As you show up to sports ball practice, Com is helping take down the nets. Sorry, kiddos, he says. Rhett wants us practicing today with the big guns, and we can't have you running around the place. The bullets in these drone rifles are heat-seeking, and even though they're programmed to avoid human targets, safety first. But today was supposed to be our day to have the sports ball field, Cal complains. You soldiers don't even want to play sports ball. You just want to shoot your dumb, noisy guns. Nem bounces over. Hello? They have more than just huge guns. They have cool stun guns that are like super magic lightning arcing out of your fingertips. It's super galactic. Cal shakes his head. That's not the point. Stand up to those soldiers. You rip the net out of Com's hand and start putting it back up. Anemone looks nervous. Here comes Security Chief Rhett. He looks scary, angry. Selene. Don't back down! You stand your ground when the security chief tries to intimidate you with his loud voice and big chest. Today was your day to use the field. Yeah, you tell him! Get his ass! Rhett sees the fire in your eyes, and after a minute, he laughs and gives in. You're a tough one, huh, Solane? He says with a twinkle in his eye. Okay, you're right. Today was your day to use the sports ball field. Come, we'll have to train some other day. We'll have to train with something else today. Oh, that wasn't so hard. Well, bam!
I'm watching both.
I also like the sports ball. So I don't think it's meant to be any specific sport. It's a bunch of sports combined. It's very interesting how they describe it. They're like, yeah, look at this.
The Bills.
You shoot things through this hole, but apparently you can go across even though there's a net. I don't understand it.
Game.
I would love to see how they actually describe that game.
No, I'm talking about the.
We're in the wet season.
Oh, come on, Tucker.
All right, what do you got?
Yeah.
We're not friends. Tag.
That's not a good start, MD.
Augment, reduce sleep. Cal is kicking a ball around against the garden fence post, cheering when it bounces back towards him. Ever since we landed here, I don't play a lot of sports ball, he says, picking up the ball and tucking it under his arm. Anemone and I used to play a lot, but honestly, I think I like working the garden more. He smiles up at the sky. I just like doing stuff that feels like it makes a difference, you know? I don't just want to play all the time like Anemone.
The sides, he just drains it.
I don't want to dare him to eat a worm, but I feel like I gotta. I'm doing it! Oh yeah, Diz counters? Well, I double dare you to eat a worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. You're no meek little hop-eye. Slimy, unsatisfying. Very, very gross. Diz eats his like a noodle, slurping it up and wrinkling his nose as it wiggles in his mouth. Yuck, he says, swallowing it whole, then showing you his empty mouth. You should have known better than to dare a person who fears nothing.
This was sanctioned as an MMA fight.
We're better friends now. You slip through the colony gates, feeling a breeze from the mushroom forest ruffle your hair. You look around for Diz, but he's nowhere to be seen. Maybe he went to class today? Probably not. As you're about to return to the colony, you hear what sounds like crying coming from one of the expedition vehicles. You pull back the tarp that keeps it from being blanketed with fungal spores and find Diz curled up in the cabin. He wipes his eyes and turns away. Go away, he mutters. Are you okay? I'm fine, Diz sniffles. Just leave me alone. This is a great hiding place. Coming in. You pull back the tarp and slide into the cabin of the vehicle. Diz continues to cry, but softer now, as if he's trying to stop but can't quite manage it. His lower lip trembles. You're lucky you have family who cares about you. He sniffles. My mom is gone, and my sister thinks I'm stupid. Diz is quiet for a long time, almost long enough that you actually begin to consider leaving him alone. Just before you do, though, he speaks. I'm never gonna go back to class, he says. I hate being around other people, and I hate doing schoolwork, and I double hate it when the teacher asks me questions. I'm not Tange. I don't know stuff like she does. Diz kicks at the console of the vehicle a few times. Bang, bang, bang. Then bursts out into tears again, pulling at his hair. I'm just dumb, okay? People ask me questions and I freeze up and I say something stupid and then everyone laughs at me, even Tange. Tange laughs the hardest. Diz sobs. She's embarrassed by me. I know she is. Today she told me people like me would be, people would like me more if I stopped being so sensitive and immature. We need folks who use their hearts, too.
Punching him in the spine.
Oops. Diz turns away from you. See, even you think I don't use my brain. He sniffles. Everyone always thinks Tange is better than me. Diz wraps his arms around his legs and hides his face in his knees. I hate her, he mutters. Everyone thinks she's so smart, but she's just a big meanie. I hate everyone here. I hate being here. I want to be left alone. Oops! I thought that was the right thing to say. That's what I would have wanted somebody to say to me. I was wrong. I was wrong. That's on me.
Man, Elmo's just gonna punch him in the spine.
I'm gonna see what this one lets me do. No social.
Oh.
I want to do social stuff because I got a plus to it.
Yeah, you just keep throwing it like that.
Humanities.
Brock, has Brock even done anything?
You're doing creative writing in teams and you're paired with Mars. You wish it was tan. She always does so well on these. The theme is Earth's natural environment. Mars takes the topic at face value and wants to write about how beautiful everything was on Earth, with blue skies and green plants everywhere, and huge oceans that went forever.
Yeah.
It always looks so gorgeous in the carefully staged movies you've seen on holovids. You did the right thing, though.
What?
That's what I thought. I thought, like, we need people that use their hearts, not just their minds. Like, I mean, your sister might be smart, but can she, like, understand when someone's going through a problem? Probably not.
Damn, PJ.
But I guess he wants to be smart like her, so it wasn't the right thing to say. I want to write about the climate problems.
No.
Mars wants to write about Earth's lush forests and deep jewel-like oceans, but you stop her. Wasn't Earth basically on fire when your parents left? You decide you should spend extra time researching how things really were. You've heard the basics like from congruence, but what was it actually like? You ask her for all the information she has on the ecological collapse of Earth. Well, this is gonna feel too real. Well, congruence replies. First, carbon emissions trapped in the heat of the sun, which raised the global average temperature. You ask her to stop so you can look up carbon emissions. Then she continues. So the polar ice melted and the oceans rose, and it became too warm to sustain life. Mass weather disruptions caused grasslands to become desert, then the bees died, and then so did everything they used to pollinate. Food instability caused wars to break out. By the time your parents left Earth, everything was essentially underwater or on fire most of the year, or
Oh, shit.
irradiated. I don't know why that word took me a second. Oh, it stressed me out. Learning all of this stresses you out. All of that just because people wanted to drive in cars and own lots of stuff in faraway places and have big families and keep their big houses the same temperature all year, and all by burning dirty mud they dug out of the ground. Could that happen here too? I don't think big families is the problem. I think this game is putting a lot of... So I know the game is at least a little bit, like, from the perspective of, like, these people thought Earth was not worth saving and, like, only worth ditching.
Oh, no.
I don't necessarily think that's how your character is supposed to feel by the end of it. Like, obviously there's gonna be some issues with, like, not agreeing with the colony, with this whole fucking loyalty and rebellion slider. I'm definitely probably gonna skew more rebellious as things go on, because honestly, there's a lot more going on than just people making selfish decisions. It's a lot of people very high up making a lot of selfish decisions. I don't think it's the people having big families that are causing, like, I love my car, don't want a family. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, a couple of luxuries. I think it's, like, the fucking golf courses using however many gallons of water they use every year. You know? I really don't think it's on the individual person. I mean, obviously, like, limit use of everything. Personal responsibility, but... You're too bummed to present your findings, but Mars steps up. She gets a few facts messed up, but presents it well. She ends on a high note. She doesn't think the mud on here on Vertumna is as flammable as the weird mud they had on Earth, so no problem. You don't get an amazing grade. Mars accepts this with grace, but still thinks you would have done better if you'd gone with her idea.
He's so big, but it looks so bad when he does the suplex. It just goes in slow-mo.
Bam!
The champ signature moves.
I think that's the end of this.
Yep. He doesn't do like anything else. Does he do anything else besides those two, Tanner?
Exactly.
Reigns.
Exactly.
So it's just Superman
It's-
punch and spear.
Should we be trying our best, limiting showers, limiting personal water usage, whatever, especially in droughts? Probably. Is that exclusively on us as individuals? No.
Spear is probably the finisher.
I'm not saying, like, our individual actions don't matter. The whole no ethical consumption under capitalism. Yeah, there's no ethical consumption, but there is more unethical and less unethical. You know? You have options still as a person, but I don't think that your individual, like, issues are gonna... Even if every single, like, individual chose to be better about stuff, unless the corporations also changed, it wouldn't matter. That's not where most of the stuff is coming from. What do I want to do? I want to work out. I want to be so good at fighting.
Yeah, you want to see crack streams?
You and Nem are watching the soldiers train. Her brother Calm is in the training dojo trying out a stun glove. He leaps back slightly as the electricity crackles from his fingertips, then straightens up and splays his fingers experimentally towards a target dummy. A streak of lightning arcs out from his hands, charging a light bulb above the target to show a successful hit. Nem whistles. Wow, she says, that looks really dangerous. You agree. Dangerous and awesome. But I think it only stuns things, she continues, because it's called a stun glove. Otherwise they would call it a kill glove, I guess. Set phasers to stun, set phasers to kill. I want to have a stun glove too, she says, copying her brother's motion of splaying her fingers forward like she's casting a magic spell. But my mom, she doesn't like fighting. She doesn't want me to be a soldier.
I like it because they actually...
But she lets your brother do it.
So
Yeah, it's not fair, she pouts. Just because he's older? Mom was training with Rhett when he was my age. My mom, I don't think she likes that. I think because I'm her only daughter, and she was hoping I'd be more like Tammy, always helping in the creche. She shudders. I don't want to be no one's mom.
Well,
You sit and watch Calm light up one target after another with a stun glove. His motions gaining confidence as he learns this new tool.
He actually hurt.
Bam.
No.
Ta-da. Okay, we gotta make some money. Mars's card keeps coming up and it's making me waste money. It's worth a lot though, so...
Yes.
I think I missed Mars's birthday too.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get,
early wet.
50 dropped on us
Oops.
this quarter.
Cal is 13. Damn, he's old. I'm gonna deliver supplies. Let's get that money. You show up to the depot
Toby.
bright and early. There's a typo there. Bright and early. As most of the colony is still
Yeah,
yawning and
2
pawing
points.
around for their cup of morning bluck tea. What is bluck tea? Seek is there with a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? Neat. So nostalgic. Oh no. Fuck you. Go back. Yes,
What
C
is
comes.
going on?
Governor Udicott is quite sentimental when it comes to these things. She even signed each notice by hand. I myself have traded in my hollow palm stylus for a pen. You're to deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff and you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. First stop is engineering. Paper? Dr. Instance is exasperated. The governor is sending messages by paper now? Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seems serious to you. She skims the first page, muttering to herself, and there's sensitive information in here. Of all the superfluous, technophobic, sentimental foolishness, you back away. Next stop, the cafeteria. Ugh. Auntie Seton takes the notice carefully with both hands. Paper! What a strange idea. And oh, look! Governor Udicott has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting they have. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I finish reading it, she thinks out loud. Throw it in a disassembler? It seems far too precious for that. Seek is a dweeb, I bet he sucks at sports ball.
Did they actually zoom in on the baddies when pulled in the game all the time?
They don't like kids very much. I bet. This hairstyle? I don't like it.
Nice badge.
I bet they do suck at sports ball.
Oh.
This is, oh! Tattoo. I didn't see that, because you never see the bottom. This is my dad.
Same hairs.
Fucking funny.
They call him the Gianna stuff.
This is my mom. She's cool. She got a robot leg. Robot leg lady. This poor dude. He's lost his wife
Oh shit.
and
Toby
his
blocked it.
daughter. He's alone now. I haven't actually met
Indeed.
everybody somehow. I think I
shit.
actually don't even have the doctor on here.
What's Don?
I guess it didn't count as meeting.
Just judo for people.
Well, I need to get a filing cabinet in here, I wonder. I suppose I can recycle it for craft time. Next up is the expedition offices. Expeditions office. Is your mom single? No, she is with my father, I think. Technically. Look at him. He could pull that, right?
Oh shit.
I don't know why she's with him. I don't know why.
Niang,
She's fucking beautiful. Look at my bitch ass. What are you crying about? Oh. Conan meets you outside. He's struggling under the shifting weight of an enormous crate. It appears that whatever's inside wants out. Sorry, Solane. Could you put them down on that bench? I'll take them inside in just a minute. Another surveyor overhears and laughs. The governor's sending paper memos now? Is she really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them up and fly everywhere. You snatch for them, but accidentally drop the rest of the stack you're holding.
Well, it looks good now, before it was gonna end. It said this is the best it's been.
I'll scramble to pick them all up.
There's just a little pixely over.
Aw. You shove the papers back together haphazardly, embarrassed by your clumsiness. Refrain from seeking any peeks. No, I wanted to sneak peeks. Don't do this shit to me. You dutifully deliver the remaining reports to Chief Rhett and your mom, who both seem confused why they weren't sent via the HoloNet. You're a good girl and a good delivery person. You just feel proud and important for delivering all the messages, just like you were told.
Where's Rhonda?
Looks like Dad needs to have an accident for my friend, I guess. I think he can die, so don't do that to me.
Toby.
Oh, unchangeable.
Uh-oh, damn. Oh, it's kind of like going to...
Yeah, there's character death in this game. They haven't beat around the bush about it.
Six men.
There's a commotion in the square. An expedition's vehicle has driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square, an unusual sight. People come down from command to investigate. Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudges over to Uticott.
It's like a 6 man.
Who is this? Where are you? Where is this person? Please?
Do you just not see
I guess
the
I
shit?
just... Oh, there's the doctor. You stay out of the way to see what they're unloading. When Adam suggested an accident for your dad, your heart rate jumped 20 points. I believe it. It made me have those flashbacks at the beginning of this stream where my best friend in this video, like in the game, died. Also, my heart rate does that too. It's like, see, look. If I get really excited or impassioned or if I'm moving a lot, fuck it up. It goes. This game luckily hasn't had too much movement. During Overwatch, it gets up to like 140, 150 while I'm sitting down, and it's like, that can't be healthy. I know it's not. I have medical conditions that cause it, and we know what they are, and there's nothing I can do.
No.
It's a body. You did this! It's not even my dad. Not even my dad. It was fucking Tammy's dad.
That's
He
crazy.
lost his daughter the first year we were here, and now he's dead. What the fuck?
Rhonda. Oh shit, I never thought to call her Rhonda, but now I got it.
No!
Damn.
Also, yes, it is bad. It's a fun game. I think it's worth playing, but if you've been busy, I understand. Yeah, this game is not a light game. It's fun. It's like, it's fun, I guess. But there's fucking major death and shit. It's a body. Chief Surveyor Tonan's body. Someone quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before the imagery of his torn open body is seared in your memory. However he died, it was violent. You feel your stomach cramp with nausea. What happened? Diz asks, coming over to crouch around the corner with you. You share that Uncle Tonan is dead, and he shares Tonan? Whatever. And he stares at the sheet-covered body intensely, as if he could see through it. Did they say how? They never tell us the truth anyways. Nobody will ever tell the kids what really happened. Did something eat him? Did he get lost or fall off a cliff? Did they even know? Diz nods, frowning. They don't want us to know about the monsters and other worse stuff. They want us to think that everything is fine, but it's not. This planet isn't as nice as they say it is. He shakes his head. They hate that they can't control us. You and Diz watch the adults carry Uncle Tonan's body away. From the way he's practically vibrating, you can tell Diz wants to ask questions about what happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away without saying anything, probably trying to go take a look at the body. At least Tammy isn't around to see this, you think? At least they're together now, wherever people go when they die. Diz, I'm starting to like Diz a lot as a character. I thought he was sort of like a bitch. I thought all of them were kind of a bitch, except for Tammy, and Tammy died. Obviously. This was Tammy's dad.
It's like a whole border.
Also, I don't love that it says what my age was when they died. How many people are gonna die on this list? There's only so many I don't have that many more spaces for people.
Oh shit.
You watch Utopia bend over to get a hug from Udicott, wiping her eyes as she cries. Udicott has never seemed to be the most comforting presence in your life, but it seems to help. Utopia will probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She was only a toddler when the stratosphere left her. Apparently, her sharp eye and hoverbike flying skills are the best in expeditions. Is she on my list now? No, she's not.
No, you caught it?
I wish she was. Oh, and it's glow season. Which means we're gonna get attacked and more people are gonna die. Okay, now she's on here. Damn!
That's why he wanted to. He's like, nah, I could just take a step and...
I feel wrong. What the fuck are wrong with her feet? Never mind. I don't want to... Never mind. Yeah, me too, kid.
Yeah, they fixed it then.
Me too.
Why is Shiana's already back in? Sat for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, so these are the sliders that I was talking about. You can change shit even in-game about, like, what pronouns you want the game to use, what appearance you want when you're an adult.
Yeah, Donda showed up after like 8
Yeah, the music is amazing. There's actually a setting that I turned on. So these are the songs, they tell you, but there's a setting for constant music. And I have it turned on because streaming a game and the music suddenly cuts out is terrible.
Is she still with Travis Brown?
I'm gonna keep on hold of that glitter, that crystal. Hi, Mom.
Yo, that was crazy.
Make a wish. Oh. I'm gonna do another round of learning. Oh, can I? Yes. I study humanities. One of your assignments this month is to study the internet, which is sort of like a proto-holo archive, but a lot smaller and more slow. People didn't even have it implanted into their holo palms. The best part of the month is the day you discover something called a meme, and subsequently endanger all of your friendships by sending people contextless pictures with weird text on them. You just tell them that you guessed they had to be there. I love memes. I think it's the best I'm gonna be able to do.
They kind of just ran into each other and then found one of them.
This is a better point. 21 was the best possible score, apparently. Okay.
Wow.
It's been a
Tyrese
quiet
just stopped
glow,
in
but the
on
grim,
us.
surreal darkness of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the
This
month wears
game
on,
might
you
be,
overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that attack is still coming, the others who think the first one was a fluke, surveyors mentioning seeing new tracks in the forest but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche to hide under tables waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens.
The offense is like, have you watched this game the whole time?
Then, just as glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the suns almost rise past the horizons again, the sirens start. You're reading a hollow novel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots outside of your hallway down outside the down the hallway outside of your quarters. An alert flashes on your hollow palm. Shelter in the creche, this is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and your mom are gonna stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We're way more prepared than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. You could go to the creche where you belong, or you could follow the security guards to see what's happening at the gates.
Kobe?
I think we head for the gates. You sneak out of the living quarters and head towards the gate. You're immediately spotted by Security Chief Rhett, who stops what he's doing to yell at you and gesture angrily. What the hell are you doing out here? This is no place for kids. Get your ass back inside. Try to help.
We broke the record against the Nuggets, so I don't know what this is. Russell is so good this year. When he can actually hit those threes all the time. He literally had a thing in 2K. Instead of having like sharpshooter, he was just one of a kind.
It's not bad.
His name is J-Car. On the Sixer stream, we said Carlin. See, it's him on the right there. Oh shit. Blinko.
It's 14 as opposed to...
Nice little hint. Battle Royale. Oh, I'm about to drop some money on this spread.
Bam.
The Tanner.
+2 combat.
It's that Sixer spread.
You stick around at the outside of the skirmish at the gates, throwing rocks and yelling at any creature that gets too close. You're not sure if you make a difference, but the good news is at least you're not injured. When the dust clears, Rhett spots you hiding at the shadows and personally escorts you back to your quarters where your mom and dad penalize you for disobeying them. When things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Rhett, but all of his defensive improvements were exactly what we needed, your mom grumbles. Ugh, he's going to be insufferable at the next council meeting. Your dad pats her hand. Credit where credit's due, Flulu Bell, he says, and she smiles despite herself. It could have been worse. Your mom nods, and then they both sit in silence before your dad speaks again. Poor Hal, what a way to go. What the? Professor?
Yeah, you're not that over anymore. Gunther. Gunther's probably gonna win though.
I'm
Isn't
so...
he, like, a favorite?
I don't... Man, it's a good thing I already said that I was gonna end after this year went, because I'm not dealing with this shit. What happened? Don't worry about that. It's adult stuff, okay? You guys won't be able to go into the engineering wing for a little bit, not until it's decontaminated.
Oh, kickball.
You curl up quietly to think. Professor Hal can't just die. He can't just be gone. He's your teacher, and the engineering wing is where you take classes. You can't imagine something bad happening in such a safe space. You fall asleep, thinking for sure there's been some mistake. A good time to drop in and say thank you for streaming our game? Yeah. What the fuck? 3 people have died! I'm 2 years in! 3 people, including my best friend from childhood, who I chose to be my friend. It gets better? By better, do you mean more people die?
We're about to do it again.
Also, Adam is actively rooting for my father to die. My chat is being bad. But this is a fantastic game. I'm not knocking it. I'm not disliking it, clearly. I'm still playing, but like you got me close to tears a couple times. Really, Tammy nearly did it to me. I lost friendship with Mars because she's being a punk. Alright. I did say that I was gonna end after that next year. It's a good thing too, because I'm... First life is usually a hard one? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm gonna play this off stream until after I finish this playthrough, but it's good to know which one is which. Man, and the game is so pretty. It's so beautiful. And someone died. 3 people have died. Like, listen, I get it, okay? People die, but did Tammy and Tannen have to die back to back? Mom deserves to be happier with a friend of mine is all I'm saying, but that friend is me. Yes, I get it. I'm not saying you're wrong. They made her very pretty. At least they're together. Didn't Tammy's mom also die while they were traveling? Like, on the spaceship? So Tannen lost his wife, and then his daughter, and then his own life?
Yo, Toby kinda thick, though.
No. Listen. I'm sorry. We have to have a talk about ethics. If you're gonna kill him, can it at least go in the right order? The kid doesn't die first! I get it, orphaning a child is terrible. You know what feels worse? A parent losing their child and not being able to do anything about it. At least get the script right. I can't believe y'all. Okay.
Oh shit!
Oh. It's a fantastic game. I am going to be ending now, though. It's been almost 4 hours, and I've been talking. I've been reading every single line in the game, and I have not been drinking enough water. Good thing I don't have work tomorrow, because my voice is gonna be shot.
Gotta pass that out.
But, oh my god. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for interacting and watching the stream, and the follows, and Adam for everything you did. Fucking what the hell. And I think Jonesy also resubbed this stream. What the fuck? Can y'all stop killing people? No, you did good things. You did all the good things. You gifted all those subs, and you did the bits, and you. Thank you very much. You're good.
So once every 10
I'm not hating on you.